I wonder if Artie bet the over. He's not here. He's in California.
He's calling in like 20 minutes.
I have a feeling like he probably didn't. Like at the last minute, he went, everybody says I'm crazy, and there's going to be a good defensive game, and then he didn't bet the over.
No, he wasn't wavering on it. In fact, his guru, Sam Simon, told him it's a sure thing, so that would really make it Artie go with it.
He must have had a tough first half, though.
You know what? There was 3 minutes left in the half. It was 0-0. I'm thinking Artie's on a chair with a noose around his neck.
Yeah, right. Probably hung himself and never got to see the fact that the over came true.
Right. You're having the exact conversation I had with myself watching the game when I thought of Artie's betting.
Artie was right, though. He even said, I don't like betting New England. I don't like betting the Panthers because with the outcome of the game, if you bet the Panthers, actually, you would have won.
Right, because they didn't cover the spread.
That's right. So...
It was a hard game to call, and he was absolutely right about that.
Yeah. Well, let's just see if he bet it.
Right.
See, knowing him, at the last minute, he backed out. Meanwhile, I had the worst Super Bowl experience. I'm watching the Super Bowl. Everything you could do wrong watching the Super Bowl, I did.
Let's hear this.
All right. First of all, I had sex during the Super Bowl, which made me tired. That's number one.
At what point, if you don't mind?
And I drank a bottle of wine.
At what point did you have sex? Like in the first quarter?
First quarter. I didn't miss a thing.
So then you have no recollection of what really happened at the end.
No, here's what happened. Here's what happened. You know what? I'm not as dumb as I look, and I look pretty dumb. But I'm just so pissed off at myself.
I'm smart. I'm like everybody says.
By the way, I had sex with a woman, not like everybody says. All right? And that's not gay.
No.
Hey, now. To have sex during the Super Bowl is the only reason that you're allowed to leave the Super Bowl. That's the only time.
Yeah, of course.
Anytime you could have sex for a guy.
But see, you don't leave to take the kids somewhere or take out the trash. You don't leave for that.
Well, Beth said, let's watch the Super Bowl. Let's watch the Super Bowl naked. And I said, if I do that,
you know you're having sex.
I know I'm having sex, so I can't do that.
But why did
she said it was warm in the apartment, so she was in her bra and panties, and I just said, this is crazy. I said, this sex is going to go on.
Why couldn't you have sex at halftime?
Because they had the lingerie bowl to watch, and let me just tell you, I had
the lingerie bowl. You were planning.
Wait, yeah, I had the whole thing planned. Here's what I did. So, first of all, I was so manly during Super Bowl. You're going to be so proud of me. I took out the George Foreman grill, which is great, by the way. First time I ever used one.
Awesome. I've never used one.
It is awesome.
You got to get the one I got. It's like $60.
Well, yeah, I mean, they're all, they're always, I have actually given them as Christmas presents, but I've never bought one for myself.
Got to get one. I made turkey burgers. I just got turkey meat. And it's talk about low calorie. I took mustard. There's even a little recipe book. I took Dijon mustard.
Is this in the George Foreman recipe book?
Yeah. I took Dijon mustard, about 6 tablespoons and 2 pounds of chopped meat, and put it all through with I chopped up onions and peppers, made little patties. You put it in the George Foreman grill. You close the thing.
Right.
6 to 8 minutes later, they're done.
Perfectly grilled.
And they're perfect.
Greaseless.
Greaseless, but
that's the
tasty.
whole thing. And I don't understand why George Foreman looks the way he does if he's using his grill.
George Foreman lucked out, man. He really did.
Oh, yes, he did.
You know what it is? To me, it's like he's the male guy that's got the Thigh Master. It's like there's a million products.
Except he's got a good product.
Yeah.
George Foreman Grill.
Well,
God
you
bless
don't
him.
realize that, he got that deal, and then he had that Midas deal, I think it was. That's the transmission place he talks about, right?
Right.
Meineke. Okay, Meineke Mufflers. And then he won the title again. Nobody ever expected that to happen. And it went crazy. Everything went crazy with his name on it. And then he sold that company for I don't know how much money.
That dude, if he went back into boxing as an old man, and people loved him for it.
Yeah.
And then that's how he got the endorsement of the George Foreman Grill. Forget about it.
And the whole thing got sold, and he made $200 million.
Anyway, it was beautiful. I opened up a bottle of wine from Dr. Sal Calabro.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Whoa. What is that stuff?
I don't know.
How much?
Where is it from? It always has like a strange name.
It comes in a wood box. I looked it up. It's from, it's a French.
Oh, I got a case of it.
I think it's a French Bordeaux.
No. I got a case of it.
Right. He always sends a case to everybody. It comes in a wood crate.
Yeah. I figured it's good wine. It tasted great. Opened up a bottle of wine. Had
Well, I don't know if you drink wine at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. We drink a beer.
Sorry. I was drinking wine with my George
That's
Foreman.
not in the rule book.
George Foreman turkey burger. And I made 2 baked potatoes in the microwave the way I like them.
Well, actually, that is not a Super Bowl meal either.
Yeah. Chicken wings and quesadillas.
Yeah, I ain't eating that.
You know that pizza, I read yesterday, pizza sales go up 20% on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, good.
It's amazing. Super Bowl sells televisions, food, and something else. I forget what the third thing is, but televisions even get sold on Super Bowl Sunday.
Hey, Andrew, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, big fan. Hey, George Foreman got $100 million for that buyout.
Yeah.
But he doesn't make any money from it now, but, $100 million's $100 million.
You got $100 million on the buyout for the grills?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Who knew
I have one of those grills, and there's nothing on my instruction booklet that says anything about having sex with Beth.
Right. I went off the book.
I know.
Okay.
Nobody says that on Super Bowl Sunday.
I know. I was shocked. Hey, but it happened and it was important.
Hey, weren't you thinking last night that, like, they start the game at 6:30, right? Everybody's partying. It's a big deal. Why can't they do the game on Saturday?
So you can
really party.
I mean, nothing's going on.
I know. It's so dumb. I think they've figured out that on Sunday is the day that most people are available to watch. Like guys get commitments from their wives.
Turned it into a national holiday.
Become appointment television.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, Sunday night your wife ain't making plans to go anywhere. Saturday night she is.
Yeah, that's true. Might have a little trouble getting that night off.
It wouldn't be bad to start the game a little earlier, but what do I know?
When we did our Super Bowl parties, the game used to start at 1. Then they moved it to 3.
Right.
Then they moved it to 5. And now it starts at 6:30.
Now it's prime time.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, so listen to my Super Bowl experience. So I was watching the game and I couldn't keep my eyes open. But I hit the TiVo. And I said, I'm watching the game. I had the wine, I had the sex, I had the turkey burgers, the whole thing. Halftime happens. I go, now I got a problem. I want to watch both.
Right.
We got a problem.
So I had the TiVo on. I'm recording the regular Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
I switch over to the lingerie bowl. 20 friggin' bucks. I switch over to the lingerie bowl.
How was it?
Well, first of all, didn't they say that at halftime the game would start and it would be a 23-minute game?
Right, it was supposed to be exactly halftime.
I tuned into the lingerie bowl, and they're in their halftime of the game. Could you imagine?
Oh, they started
before halftime?
Yo, yeah. They had a whole first half.
Oh, my
or
goodness.
something. I don't know what was going on, but all I know is there was a lot of standing around. And Amy Weber, who was on Son of the Beach, she was doing the commentary. And everyone had to show their boobs, kind of like a low-cut top. And the whole time she's just going, I'm really impressed with the girls. These girls are really impressive. I have to say, I'm very impressed. I'm like, Amy Weber
had 10 million ways of saying I'm impressed.
You wanted to kill yourself. It was the cheesiest thing you ever saw, first of all. I mean, it was worse than... First of all, the lingerie sucked.
Really?
Yeah, because the girls were wearing like a panty, like a giant panty lingerie. Like, I know how good a body Angie has, and she didn't even look great in her lingerie because it was like weird lingerie.
Oh.
And I don't know what Angie's on, but she was way over the top. I mean, like, way into it, like, yelling and screaming. And
you don't think she's on something?
No, I don't think she's on something, but...
She's all hyped up on, adrenaline.
Like, it was a little weird.
Seriously?
Yeah, it was a little weird. I'm, like, watching this thing going... She's really into it. She's like, I'm going to win. I'm going to win this game. And these guys are cheating. And I was like, whoa.
Oh, boy. She was more enthusiastic than the guys who were playing the Super Bowl.
Yeah. And, but Angie was right. Nikki Ziering, as far as I could see, hardly played.
Really?
But I saw 2 seconds of a game. And, of course...
they didn't come back while Super Bowl was on?
See, I looked, Howard, you had an all-day pass, and they kept repeating it after that. So you could have watched the halftime show and then watch it later.
Yeah, good. Well, anyway, I caught the end of the lingerie bowl, and that was, final score was Nikki's team won 6-0.
You're kidding?
No, but it was a joke because Nikki didn't play. I mean,
so they brought in the ringer, and the ringer actually ran the football team.
Yeah.
And Angie really ran her team?
Yeah.
Could she pass? Or did she have...
I saw 3 play. Angie was in for 2 seconds, and then the game was over. I mean, it was totally a rip. They said they were going to play the whole game during regular halftime of the Super Bowl.
And were the outfits hot?
No, he said the panties were bad.
Meanwhile, who knew over in the real halftime, Janet Jackson was going to reveal her breasts?
Right. Well, that was the thing.
There was more breasts in the actual halftime show.
There were no breasts in the lingerie ball.
Right.
But the real halftime show did have a breast in it.
Now, do you know a guy streaked?
Yes.
During a commercial break?
That.
Yeah, but I got a picture of the dude streaking.
Did you? Because I was like, well, let us see him.
Now, what company was he streaking for? He wasn't streaking for his...
Just a guy.
He didn't have stuff
What's the past tense? He struck.
He didn't have stuff written on his back? I thought I saw writing.
I don't know. I couldn't tell.
I didn't get a good glimpse of him at all.
Where did you see the streak? Same email
I saw
saw?
the email, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we got the guy. Had a terrific ass.
How did he get on the field? They were clearing the Super Bowls, the halftime stuff away. And he just took to the field.
Yeah, wasn't this going to be like the most, the secure ever 7-mile no-fly zone?
Yeah.
And a guy gets on the field.
Well, we know he didn't come out of a plane.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It was like, whole thing was weird. So, I watched...
You really did try to get the lingerie ball in at halftime.
I got it in. I watched it. And,
well, I'm saying there wasn't much play.
Right. Well, anyway, so I was there long enough to know I dropped $200 on the lingerie ball because I had Angie's theme.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so I owe Artie $200.
But, they should pay you because they really did sucker us. They said Nikki was going to play.
Yeah.
I told you it was going to suck. You could tell it was going to suck a mile away.
Yeah, well, I tuned in to see if I had my $200. So, and then Beth was laughing because she goes, you lost $220. She goes, not 200. I go, yeah, I guess.
It was all a loss. I wonder how many people tuned in.
I don't know. It didn't make Angie look good because even Beth said, if I have any jealousy toward Angie because of the fact that you dated her, she goes,
it's over?
It's over now. I don't, I just...
It wasn't a good thing.
Yeah, she goes, you should be embarrassed.
Oh.
I go,
oh.
She was laughing. It was pretty cheesy. I got to admit. And
it sounds it. Did you make it to the end of the game?
Well, wait a second. So now here's the horror of the whole stupid story. So I tuned back, and then I said, well, I'll just fast forward through the halftime, see if anything cool's happening. So first thing you see is who the hell came out first?
P. Diddy and...
Well, first, Jessica Simpson was screaming.
Right.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Howard, she got a mic. It was, way too loud. She couldn't hear, so she's like...
Oh, it's just somebody should just ship her out of the country.
Yeah.
Put her into the white slave trade.
And how silly that, she's supposed to be a singer, and all they'll let her do is scream into the microphone that, it's time to party. So then Janet Jackson comes out of the floor, I think, was the first thing.
Yeah, right. It was Janet Jackson. And then I was telling Beth, because she's the only person I had there to broadcast, though. I said, man, she's got an ass. Because when I received the Billboard Up and Coming Actor Award after Private Parts was released, I was there with Janet Jackson. She had the biggest ass I've ever seen. They talk about J-Lo's ass. J-Lo has no ass.
Not compared to Janet.
No. Janet has, literally, have you ever seen a person whose lower body is just like a shelf? The ass is you're like, oh my God, they're deformed.
It was like a bench sits behind her even when she gets up.
Yeah. So they dressed her right. She has to wear a blanket over her ass.
Well, I said it was like the Wizard of Oz. Don't look behind the curtain because there's a big ass.
They should have pulled that curtain up. She's built like a squash. So they had the ass covered with a towel.
And they had strips, fringe, a bustle. They had everything they could think of to put over the ass.
Everything goes over that ass. Imagine I would have loved to see a reality show trying to dress that ass for the Super Bowl.
The designer of the ass.
Yeah.
Ass curtain.
And between you and me, I thought kind of the halftime show was sort of has-been show.
Right.
I love Aerosmith. They're my favorite band, I think. But how many years are you going to pull out Aerosmith?
That was earlier. That was early. They opened.
Yeah, they weren't in the halftime show.
But I'll tell you what, they were the only good band. I love them. First of all, they made everyone do their old songs.
Right. I was like, Kid Rock singing something 100 years old.
Kid Rock singing a whole old song. You got Nelly singing.
doing It's Hot in Here.
Which, dude, how many times are you going to go to that bowl?
P. Diddy was doing something from,
a couple albums ago.
P. Diddy's a clothing designer.
And Janet Jackson, she's doing something from 1988.
Yeah.
Right. That was like the Rhythm Nation.
The Rhythm Nation.
Rhythm Nation. The only guy they had there was Justin Timberlake, who I'm not, I don't care to really see him.
But at least he's relevant.
At least he's relevant. He's got a hit going. So, anyway,
They were lucky to have him.
Yeah, so I'm going through the whole halftime thing, and I fast forward through it. I didn't even see the boob shot. I got it off the internet. I mean, I missed that.
Yeah, I'm sitting there, you know, watching, and I'm like, did I see Janet Jackson's breast?
I'll tell you what, when I was first reading about it, because I didn't realize she showed her breast, I thought it was an accident, but it wasn't.
No, it was planned.
Yeah.
It wasn't a pop-out. That's what I was like. That was my confusion. Like, was that an accident? No, that looked planned.
Yeah, well, evidently she'd been going around saying something big is going to happen during the Janet Jackson. There's going to be a surprise, like you know how Madonna kissed Britney Spears? There's going to be something big happening.
At the party I was at, everyone thought the surprise was that Michael was coming out, that she was going to bring Michael out. They would have, you know, stoned him.
Until she exposed that breast, everybody thought it was Michael.
Yeah, she does look like him.
Yeah, absolutely, and she moves like him.
Yeah. And does she have any new dance steps since that?
No, she looked like she was doing Thriller.
Right. She does that same thing over and over again, that robot thing.
Yeah. The robot thing and the head thing.
Yeah. Who cares? I thought the breast was a football when I saw it. It wasn't even that great. And, you know, like, everyone now is freaking out. CBS is apologizing. They didn't know, and this and that, and MTV. And, but you know what? Like in Europe, women walk around topless all. Who cares?
Nudity is on the television all the time.
Well, if the FCC is true to form, there should be a huge fine.
Yeah, they should shut it down.
That's right.
Not have any more Super
Bowl. Turn it off. Turn off the Super Bowl. They should fine the Super Bowl.
But why would they find CBS? Why don't they find, like, Janet Jackson?
Well, they can't do that because she doesn't own anything.
Yeah, they didn't. She didn't broadcast it. She just performed.
Let's see if the FCC is true to form. They're busy finding radio guys. Why don't they find some TV shows now? Now they got a perfect opportunity.
That's what they were saying. That it's the Congress was anyway saying it was absolutely a sin that they weren't finding television. Now they have an opportunity.
And my God, I know when I saw the breast, I had to go out and rape 15 people. I mean, it drove me right out the door. I mean, God forbid a child sees a breast. Meanwhile, the breast was covered in some metallic-looking thing.
Wasn't it pierced or something? That's what I thought that was.
I don't know.
It had like an ornament on it.
It was an ornament on there.
Okay.
Like little Kim does.
It was like a Christmas tree.
It was a Christmas boob. So I missed that because I fast-forwarded through it. And then when the score was, I was somewhere in the third quarter, game was getting good, I fell asleep. But I had my TiVo on record, no problem. I said, when I wake up,
I know what happened.
I woke up at 4 in the morning. I said, this is great. I don't know what happened. I'm going to fast forward through the horrible commercials because there wasn't even any good commercials.
No good commercials.
And I'm going to fast forward. I start watching the game. I couldn't believe the 85-yard pass. I go, whoa, this is a great game.
Some amazing things happened.
Yeah. And then my TiVo ran out.
Right.
TiVo sucks.
Because Survivor started at 10.
Yeah. It sucks. It cut me off. And I know I should have said tape an hour over, but I was asleep.
Or just hit the button on Survivor. That's what I did. I hit the button on Survivor, and I hit the button on what were the news after that.
How'd you do that?
The sports thing after. You just go in and hit the button and record, tell it to record everything after the game.
See, I had Survivor, so I just told it to record for an hour and a half after Survivor.
Wow.
But I just had a feeling, because I wanted to see Survivor, too, so I just hit 2 or 3 things even after.
Now, you didn't watch that last night, did you, Survivor?
Yeah, I did.
What time
are you up?
I was so keyed up after the game, I just said, might as well sit here and watch Survivor, too.
So how much sleep did you get, an hour?
No, probably, it was after midnight, something like that.
Quiver's a life. Having a life. Look at you. I fell asleep. So I did not see the end of the game. I had to read about the goddamn
thing. The end of that game was amazing.
Anybody got it on tape?
Yeah, I have it on tape.
You do? Because if I could have it, I want to see it.
You know what the turning point of the game was at the end, which they're talking about a little bit. So Carolina ties the score. There's a minute 8 left.
Yeah, and by the way, see, here's where I left off. Carolina threw that pass, so the score was... What was the score when they threw that pass?
20.
They went for the 2-point conversion and didn't get it, so it was 22-21.
22-21. New England comes back, scores a touchdown, but then they get a 2-point conversion?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, so they tied it up.
No, it's 29-22.
And
then Carolina
gets another touchdown with a regular 1-point conversion.
29-29.
And they go 29-29.
So there's a minute 8 left in the game. Carolina's just scored. So Carolina kicks off, and for some reason their kicker, I don't know what happened, he kicked the ball out of bounds. So not only do they spot it where it goes out of bounds, it's a 10-yard penalty. So New England now starts with the ball on the 40-yard line with one of the best field goal kickers and a minute 8 left and Tom Brady. It's too much.
Yeah, and he moved it right down the field.
Yeah, right down, no problem.
Big blunder.
Yeah,
why did he kick it? Why did he?
The guy was shaking his head afterwards, like, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think he meant to do that.
I think he was trying to put it in the corner.
Maybe he had money on New England.
No, I think he was trying to put it in the corner so that New England would have a tough time running it back, and it just got away from him.
Wow.
But that was the difference.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
When they started at the 40-yard line, you knew it was over.
God damn, I wanted to see that. I was yelling this morning, screaming at that damn TiVo. And Beth kept going, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. You know, she felt bad for me.
Yeah.
I go, don't say that. I'm a loser. Dropped 200 on the lingerie ball. I'm so glad I didn't bet Super Bowl, though. Who
Yeah, it would have been worthless to try to bet the Super Bowl the way it turned out. Nobody could have called that game. The two best teams did wind up in the Super Bowl, and it turned into a good Super Bowl after the first half.
Here's my boyfriend, Ralph.
Think about football, Robin. You would have bet the over.
Well, that's true.
Hold it. Hold it.
Thank you.
I want to say something. We kept talking about the over. Artie wanted to bet the over. Every jerk that I know was emailing,
and so
calling,
it's got to be the under.
going, these are the two. Artie doesn't know anything about football. These are the two best defensive teams in the NFL. What a jerk. He's going to lose his money. Meanwhile, there you go. There's the over.
You know,
None of that. Wait a minute. He also wanted that field goal bet. How many field goals did they kick?
3. There were 3 kicked.
You had to have 3.5. That was the over.
And I don't know if Carolina kicked any.
Carolina, I thought, kicked 1 because it was 14. No, wait a minute.
No, Carolina kicked 1. That's right. So there were 4 at least.
Yeah.
There were 4 field goals?
There were 4. That's right. Because Carolina.
That's a good bet.
No, there weren't 4 because they didn't.
4
they
attempted.
missed 2.
No.
So you had to have completed 3.5.
Right.
So you didn't win that bet.
He lost that bet. Like, do you remember what Artie bet on the coin toss?
There was an over on, because you guys are talking about stuff and everyone's talking over each other, so nobody knows what we're talking about. There's an over-under on field goals. If you complete more than 3, they call it 3.5, so there's no ties. That was the over.
And I don't think that
didn't happen.
No. I think Artie bet the over.
And, yeah, because that was everybody was screaming at him, you can't bet the over on field goals and also bet the over on the final score.
There was another bet.
Who's going to call in?
There was another bet that Artie was all over.
2 field goals were made. That's it.
Yeah.
2.
There's another bet that Artie was all over, which was New England will never give up the lead. And I wonder if he jumped on that one.
They didn't. They did give up the lead.
I don't know what he bet. What did you want to say, Ralphie?
Did you get to see that whole Janet Jackson thing?
I saw the pictures of it.
You have to see it in motion because, like, you know what? It was kind of sad because, you know, I was watching on TiVo, so I rewound it a few hundred times and took a good look. You know, her breast is kind of like floppy.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's not great.
No, it's not great. It's not. You know, it looked kind of desperate too, like, you know, like an old Madonna. You know, like that whole trick.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you know.
No, that's what we just said.
And then she said it wasn't an accident. She said it was an accident, but she had like a little tassel over it.
Yeah, it was pre-planned.
Yeah.
There was no way that was planned.
I mean, she'd have slapped Justin Timberlake's face if it was an accident, because he certainly ripped off something.
She would have beat him up.
But it looked desperate too, Howard. The way, like, did you see he was dry humping her from behind?
Yeah.
And it's a young guy who's relevant, and she's not, and it just was. It was
sad. It's sad.
You know, as soon as she came out and was doing it, I was like, you know, I remember when Diana Ross did this. It was after her career was over. Who knew Janet would be doing it too?
Yeah.
Hey, if Artie calls it, have Sam call it too. Like, Sam was giving me this whole rap on, you know, that defensive rap, you know, Carolina and this and that, you know, and he's done research on it, and he's like highly recommending taking the New England, and
what?
God knows how much he bet because he was really all over it.
What are you saying? Oh, he took New England with
New England
and gave away the points?
Yeah.
Oh, well, what does he care? He's got $1 billion.
Yeah, he didn't bet everything.
Right. All right, bro.
Bye now.
There you go. There's Ralph.
Ralph's analysis.
Yes, Double A.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
I want to know, how the hell can you say you had the worst Super Bowl experience when you had sex with the beautiful Beth O?
Well, no, that was
the highlight of my life.
That was
the lousy Super Bowl.
That was the best part. But then when I'm saying I didn't get to actually see the Super Bowl, I timed the sex perfectly because nothing was going on that first quarter.
Yeah.
But who cares about the Super Bowl? You're with beautiful Beth O.
That's irrelevant.
He wants it all.
I wanted it all, Double A.
He wants it all.
Get out of here. Talking about the Super Bowl.
And a good one for a change. Because, you know, the rap was usually when they have the 2 weeks between the playoffs and the Super Bowl, that the Super Bowl usually sucks. It's usually a blowout.
Yeah.
And this time it didn't happen.
Yeah, John. John?
Hey, Howard.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on?
You tell me.
Well, I think that Janet seems surprised. I mean, I don't know.
Oh, please.
She seems surprised.
She stood there for a long time before she finally put her hand up.
Are you out of your mind?
Look surprised. I couldn't believe there was more boob on the regular Super Bowl than in the lingerie bowl.
And that bondage outfit certainly doesn't come apart that easily.
Yeah, I think that was pretty well planned. I know there's a whole bunch of phone calls I'm trying to get to them, but I realize I got to take a break. So let me take a break, and then Artie's going to call in and tell us how he did. This guy says he saw Artie in Vegas. Wait a second. What? Josh? Josh?
Hey, now.
You saw Artie in Vegas?
Yeah, Artie's a freaking mush, man.
What did he do?
He got himself in trouble like usual.
What did he do?
First of all, he's getting drunk over at the Hard Rock Cafe. He's knocking back.
I can't hear this guy. All right, Artie will be on the phone when we get back. We'll be back right after these words.
Let's listen to the rantings of two show business pinheads, Rosie O'Donnell and Charles Grodin.
I think there's a difference between what Hume Cronin said about your performance and what Howard Stern and Imus do. I think theirs is hateful, mean-spirited, sort of ignorance fueled by arrogance, and together that becomes lethal. As opposed to his sort of looking at your performance and saying, you know, that young kid could use a little help in this area is very different than what they do.
You know, this idea that somebody called up this explosion in Oklahoma City and said, you know, Howard Stern, something about to promote a book, it just shows you what it's getting to.
And I agree that there's a level of tact and decorum that's not about being politically correct, it's about being human, that they cross on a daily basis. So I'm with you. I will never do their show just because I don't want to be a party to it. Spiritually, it's damaging.
So ends another episode of the Fatso and Baldy Show. The Howard Stern Show. 95X.
Hey now. You know, Hank, I was just wondering why you say that hey now thing.
What do you mean?
Well, it's just something you used on the show, and now you start using in your personal life, and it's an affectation of some sort, isn't it? Did you ever say hey now as a kid?
No, I don't. I probably didn't. But I said hey.
Yeah.
And I said now. I said different times. But I never put them together till later in life. So in that sense, it's part of my personality. Hey now.
The Howard Stern Show.
Hey now. Hey now. Come on.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Love that.
Hey now.
Hey now.
Hey now.
All right, I got Artie on the phone. Artie isn't with us today because Artie played a gig in Vegas, and then Monday morning was supposed to be in L.A. because he has a full day of meetings about that movie they want him for.
Right, yeah, he said he had some business to take care of in L.A.
So Gary called his hotel in L.A. They never even heard of Artie. They don't know where. They said he never checked in, so we tracked him down in Vegas. He hasn't been to sleep yet. He goes, this was the greatest weekend of my life. I couldn't go to sleep, so he's on his way now to L.A.
Oh, my goodness. So a drunk and tired Artie is going to be in meetings all day?
Hey, Artie.
What's up, guys?
Uh-oh. Listen to the guy who's going to be in meetings.
I love that he's going from, I said, I only wish I could be as loose as Artie. I have the inner voice of Ray and Ben Stern telling me I need to get rest.
Yeah.
You don't care. You haven't been to sleep yet.
Howard, first of all, I just had the greatest weekend of my life.
All right, go ahead. First of all, did you bet the over?
I bet the over.
5 G's?
I bet $4,000 on the over.
Now, how much, was that a straight-up bet, or what's the odds on that?
No, when you bet the over, you just, you win what you bet.
Right, okay. $4,000.
So I won $4,000 on that. The coin toss, I watched the game with Sam Simon.
Right.
The coin toss, Sam said, I'll take the action from you.
Okay.
So I put $500 up with Sam on the table as the coin toss happened. I took the Panthers. I won.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's how the game started. I took $500 off Sam.
By the way, you won $200 off me in the lingerie bowl.
You know what, Howard? I
I just found that out right now.
Yeah.
I didn't know about the lingerie ball. I completely forgot they were playing it.
I watched
Even
it.
without that, he had a great weekend.
And did anybody bet that whether Janet Jackson's boob would pop out?
What were the odds on that?
Yeah, they didn't have odds on Janet Jackson's boobs in Vegas.
All right, so right away you're up 500.
I'm up 500, yeah.
Then what happened?
So then I went down to sports. Well, first of all, I saw Bowie Friday night.
How was that?
Howard, unbelievable.
Now, did he do the good songs or that new crap?
Howard, he did all his great stuff. Me and Richie was out here, and me and Richie, you talked to Richie about it. It was unbelievable. He did all the young dudes. He did Heroes.
Wow.
That's what I had heard, that he was doing all the good stuff.
Oh, he did Rebel. He did Suffragette City.
Oh, God damn. I never get to go to the good stuff.
And Howard, it was in a theater with 1,200 seats.
Oh.
He played the same room I played.
Wow. Shows you how show business is turned upside down.
Exactly.
No
Artie
kidding.
and Bowie in the same place?
Right.
Wow.
So Friday night for Bowie.
Did he do Suffragette City?
Yeah, he just
He did Suffragette City, yeah.
Did he do Hold On to Yourself? Whatever the hell that is.
What is that?
He didn't do Starman. There's a starman waiting in the...
Dude, that's a little obscure.
No,
he
it's
just
not.
did like the hits.
That's a hit.
He did, what else did he do? He did, I'm Afraid of Americans.
Oh, I love that.
I'm Afraid of
And he had that kick-ass band with that black chick bass player?
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, he was amazing. Bowie was amazing. So that was
I'll tell you who's amazing is that black chick bass player. I would bang her so hard that literally, I would bang her hair straight.
You know what's
her
funny
afro
about
would
that?
go. Her afro would go straight.
You know what's funny about the black chick bass player? He did Under Pressure, you know, the song he did with Queen.
Yeah.
He did that, and the chick did Freddie Mercury's part.
That's appropriate.
Wow. No kidding.
Yeah, and she sounded amazing.
So how long were you there? So, like, you got right off the plane, freshened
I
up.
got right off the plane, just got ready, started gambling. I went down. Okay, so I played craps first.
What a weekend you had.
I won money.
Really?
What'd you win?
I'm up about $2,000 at the tables.
Wow. Oh, I wish I was with you.
See, you know what? He could be making this up. It's because we couldn't see him.
Can't believe it. Yeah, he's like Dominic. He leaves the table for a while, and then he makes money, you know? That's too much.
I mean, it's the greatest weekend of my life.
All right, go ahead. So anyway, you get off the plane, you play craps, then you go to the Bowie concert.
Right.
And, like, you're eating and drinking the whole time, right?
The whole time.
All right, go ahead.
At the Bowie concert, I had, you know, the straw with the J.D. and water.
J.D. and water through a straw.
Yeah.
So how many bottles did you go through that night? Like 2?
Well, first of all, the Hard Rock Casino out here treated me beautifully because of you. Thank you. And I get into my room. There's like 10 bottles of J.D.
Oh, no, they're going to kill you.
Yeah.
Hey, did you have that bowling alley room?
Huh?
Did you have the bowling alley room, or did
No, they
Bowie
didn't
get
give me
that?
the bowling alley room. Some high roller had it.
Oh, okay. All right, no big deal.
Believe me, when you get here, you find out, you know, even though you sell out a show, you're not Howard Stern.
Well, not only that, you're not going to spend your time bowling anyway.
I was going to say, what? The high roller comes there to bowl?
Yeah, let's go to my room and bowl. So you go downstairs, you play the craps, you see Bowie. You even go to sleep Friday night?
I went to sleep at like 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Saturday morning.
Because after Bowie, you gambled, right?
Right, yeah. I went down to the tables. I was playing craps, drunk off my ass, just throwing the dice, and I had money on the pass line, betting on myself, and I was kicking ass. I was winning.
What do you mean? All you bet was the pass line?
That's all I bet was the pass line. I bet anything else.
You're telling me you just bet whether or not you'd get like a 7 or an 11?
Yeah, I bet on me.
So, like, how much money did you put down on a roll?
200.
And you didn't take any numbers?
No.
Are you crazy?
Howard, I was too drunk to take numbers. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
He doesn't remember numbers.
So when another guy rolled, you just put money down on the pass line?
Yeah, and then you know what? Richie had an amazing... Richie rolled for like 15 minutes.
Wow.
And I was just betting the pass line the entire time.
Every time I'm with that bum, he doesn't roll for a minute. Now he rolls for 15 minutes when I'm not there. Good for him.
How come he's only up 2,000?
How come? Well, because he bet the pass line. Guy rolls for 15 minutes.
No, I should have been up way more. But I lost money back. I'm up $2,000 for the whole week.
For the whole weekend.
All right, wait a second. Hey, Shuli.
Hey, Howard, I was at the craps table with Artie Friday night. He was on a major roll. He was winning like crazy. He was drunk out of his mind, but he was winning like crazy.
Yeah. Right.
He was screaming, "Give me a hard 8, hard 8." The whole night, screaming like a mental
But he wasn't even betting the hard 8.
Yeah. Even though I didn't have a hard 8, I just kept yelling out, "Give me a hard 8."
He didn't even know.
Something.
He didn't even bet the hard 8. Why do you need a hard 8? You want the...
It just seemed appropriate.
Yeah, he just wanted to yell. It was great.
What happens when you put money on the pass line? Like, if you just roll a 7 or 11?
Well, yeah, no, you're betting with the roller. So if you win the roll, you win money. But, you bet the odds, too.
Yeah, there was a guy that rolled for like a half hour. Artie was just winning off of.
Oh, so you bet numbers?
No. You know, Howard, that when you bet the pass line, then you back it up with the odds?
Yeah.
That's what I was doing.
Oh, so you took one number?
Yeah. So I won a good amount of money. That's what put me up for the whole weekend.
All right, okay. He would have won a fortune, in other words.
Right,
if
he had a fortune. He lost most of it back.
Yeah, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand what he did, because to bet one number is insanity. I think, if the guy's rolling along. All right. So you did that, and you went to bed at 9 a.m.
Right.
What time is your show?
The show that night was at 10 o'clock.
So what time did you wake up?
So I went to bed at 9 a.m., and I got up around noon.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you're crazy.
Because he's in Vegas.
Yeah, he knows those tables are right downstairs.
They're giving away money at those tables.
Exactly. Howard, I've been in the same outfit the entire time.
Really? That's hard to believe. Believe it or not.
Believe it or not, I've been in the same jeans for the whole weekend.
So
I pack a bag.
So okay. So then you do a show Saturday night.
Saturday night.
What'd you do from noon? What'd you do from noon to the show?
I ate and gambled and drank.
Of course.
Donated to the community.
You were drinking at noon?
Yeah. Well, I went down. Well, at noon I woke up and I just threw my pants back on and and a shirt that was laying on my rug.
Do you even shower?
No, not Saturday afternoon.
Why do that? Why wash off the luck?
And I had chips and So I went back down to there's a Starbucks here, and I got a caramel macchiato.
Those are great, huh?
That's like lunch.
I chugged the caramel macchiato down, and then I went to the craps table.
The macchiato is like a whole big deal. That's like liquid candy.
It's like a milkshake with coffee, I guess.
It's good, though. It's good. At least Artie wasn't drinking alcohol.
They don't spike the macchiato.
It's good to see you doing something healthy and having a caramel macchiato.
Yeah, the caramel macchiato really helped me out.
Well, he needed the calories.
Yeah, no empty calories. Yeah, he needed calories because he could hardly sustain himself. Your body must hate you. It's full of Jack Daniels and caramel macchiatos.
If the E-camera could have a shot of me right now, I look homeless.
I'm sure.
You're kidding.
I'm in the same outfit I've had on for 3 days.
And you're going to go take those big meetings in L.A. like that?
I have a 7 a.m. flight to L.A.
Well, wait a second. I see. It's 3 hours earlier. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have an entire day of business in Los Angeles. I have an audition.
Oh, my goodness.
Howard,
what are you supposed to play, a derelict, I hope?
Howard, Artie landed in Vegas at 7.
Hey, wait a
I
second.
saw him at 10, maybe 10:30, and he was trashed. Just trashed.
Hey, Artie.
Yeah.
So the audition.
Yeah.
Do you have to know your lines and stuff?
Yeah, they sent me the script, and the screwed up thing is it's in front of Mike Judge for this movie. I would kill to get. It's such a funny movie.
I know, you told me the premise. It's funny.
Yeah, it really is great, and I would love to work with Mike Judge, but I haven't even looked at the long... I mean, I might embarrass myself.
Yeah, you know, you'd love to work in that movie, except that it was right at Super Bowl Sunday, and you were going to Vegas.
Yeah, Howard, I haven't looked at... guys, I haven't looked at a word on the page.
Look, if it's anything like he writes for Beavis and Butthead, you probably got 3, you know, like 3 lines.
It is actually. I play like a dumb guy. That's the character, so...
I think you're ready.
Yeah.
If you want, rehearse now, because I'll help you. I'll run lines with you.
Couldn't he rehearse on the plane? What did he do on the plane right over?
Oh, he still has time. He hasn't taken the plane yet.
No, I'm talking about when he was going to Vegas.
Yeah, he's drinking and relaxing.
I did. You know, I had a first-class ticket out here, and I got to confess, I had a couple of Jack and Waters on the plane.
He was loaded already.
That was a Vegas weekend. This was real. But you know what? It is. It's very irresponsible of me because this is like, I have a huge day in Los Angeles.
Have you been to sleep since Super Bowl?
No.
So wait a minute. So you got up at noon and started drinking on Saturday.
I went back down to the craps tables.
Dude, why don't you just come home? You're
You're crazy. You're gonna.
Artie, did you go to the Rock Spa at all for anything? The workout.
Oh, that's the other thing. I took a steam with Dennis Rodman.
Yeah. Did you see his schlong?
Who? I'm telling you, it's not that impressive.
Oh, really?
Whoa.
Hey, that's big news.
Hey, now. That's an exclusive.
What happened? You walked in the steam room?
I go downstairs. This was today. This is fast forwarding a little bit. I had to sweat the booze out before I watched the Super Bowl.
Right.
The last couple of days. So I remember when we were here before, the Hard Rock has this amazing spa.
Right.
And they have a great steam room. So I said, I'll go sweat the booze out in the steam room. I go down there.
See, the Hard Rock's all set up for degenerates.
Yeah.
They know what they need.
I go down there, and I go in the steam room, and I'm sitting there by myself, and Rodman walks in buck naked.
Of course.
And just sits there. He doesn't even put a towel down, you know. He just sits right down.
With his ass.
Ass
with
on
his
the
ass
tile?
on the steam thing.
Ass.
Yeah, it's just Detroit Pistons ass all over.
Right.
And there's so much steam in the room that we're sitting 2 feet from each other. And, I mean, he's been on the show a couple of times, but he had no idea who I was.
Right.
And I didn't want to bug him. So I'm just sitting there trying to put my head up and not look. But, of course, it's Dennis Rodman. You're curious.
Right.
You want to see what Carmen Electra was getting.
Right. And it wasn't that big?
So listen. So
it was just you and him.
I take a quick glance down, and it's, you know what? It's not that impressive.
Good.
I mean, Artie, compared to you.
Compared to me, it's impressive.
Oh.
He has more than you.
Yeah, he's got more. That's the exclusive. Dennis Rodman has a bigger penis than me.
What, would you say it was like...
I'd say, again, I did it real quick. But I'd say flaccid, you're looking at maybe, 3-4 inches.
Ooh, you're kidding.
But that's pretty good. I mean, what do you expect?
Well, you expect him to be a shower.
You know what? This may be racial profiling, but I expected like
a baseball bat.
Yeah,
now, the next time you got to bring a ruler with you so we know the exact inches. You should have got. Excuse me, Mr. Robin, I have to measure you for the show.
It was like a quick glance,
Wow.
And then he was doing like exercises in the steam room, and I was wearing like I had my jeans on in the steam room.
Oh, no.
What?
The same jeans you're wearing now?
Wait, whoa. You had your jeans on.
I was so messed up that I just kind of wandered down there and went into the and they all.
Dude.
Did you take off your shoes?
Everybody at the Hard Rock is incredibly nice to me because they know I'm with you.
But why don't you just put on a robe? They give you robes to wear.
Because I just didn't feel like it.
Did you have a shirt on?
Was your shirt on?
And I had a shirt on. Yeah.
Oh.
Did you take off your shoes and socks?
Wait a second, Artie. You're telling me you wore your pants and your shirt in the steam room?
I wore Lee jeans.
What did Rodman think when he was sitting there and you're in your pants and your shirt?
He barely knew I was there.
Dude, there's no way that looks normal.
But, did he? You took off your shoes and your socks?
No, yeah, I had socks on.
Could you imagine that?
So were you just like really drunk and you just walked into the
I was still loaded.
You weren't that drunk because you were probably self-conscious about your body.
Yeah, right. Well, yeah, no, I look gross, and I don't want to, like, I get depressed when I see myself without a shirt on.
How long did you stay in the steam room with your clothes on?
I just wanted to sweat. That's all I wanted to do.
But then when you got out, you were soaking wet. You must have been freezing.
Yeah, when I got out, then I walked back through the casino, with sweaty clothes. It looked like I just got hit with a hose or something.
Holy mackerel!
What a mess you are.
This was the Vegas weekend to end all Vegas weekends.
Howard, most important, Artie's having fun. Most important.
So you... all right, so then Super Bowl, tell me the bets.
So, for the Super Bowl, I had the coin toss, I won $500 on.
Go ahead.
The over, I won $4,000 on.
All right, but wait a second. Were you freaking out up at halftime? The score was, like, ridiculously low.
Well, I was watching it with Sam, and we were into the second quarter, and he goes, Artie Lang bet the over, and it's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, there was no scoring first quarter at all.
Were you nervous at that point?
Oh, my God. I wrote it off. I said there's no way, it's impossible to win. And, the Hard Rock got me in the VIP party, and I'm sitting there just screaming and yelling, and people are looking at me like I'm nuts, and there was no scoring, and then all that scoring happened at the end of the first half, and I just...
Holy mackerel.
End up a few nuts.
But did you bet the field goal bet?
I bet, okay. I didn't bet the field goal bet, no.
Okay.
Which is a good thing, because Vinatieri missed 2 field goals.
Right.
Yeah, they have to make them all, right?
That's right.
Which was killing me. But I bet, this was a great bet. I bet the over on the Patriots' total amount of points.
What was that?
22.5.
Oh,
very nice.
I saw that, and I was like, the Patriots got to go over 22.5. And that's one of those teams.
Hey, I got to hand it to you. Remember,
I bet $1,000 on that.
Remember how everyone was saying you don't know football because you're the 2 best defensive teams in the league? And
Don't bet the over.
Yeah, so.
I mean, 38 is an insanely low over-under for a Super Bowl. Everybody wants to score. At the end, people are... in junk time, even when people would lay back, they score in the Super Bowl.
What else? So what else did you bet? Anything else?
That was pretty much it. Yeah. Those were the large bets that I made.
So then after the Super Bowl, you just stayed up and gambled all night?
After Howard, when that game went over, when the Panthers scored a TD,
yeah,
the party was on.
I moved the party at halftime up to my suite up here. I had a bunch of my buddies from Jersey over, and we watched the second half in my suite. We got like chicken wings, and I was with Bob Levy and Dan the song parody man.
Yeah, that guy.
He's a great guy. We had wings. We ordered steaks, roast beef sandwiches. I was like, everything's on me.
Like a Roman orgy.
We were screaming and yelling.
Did the Hard Rock comp you all that food?
Yeah, everything was comped. Actually, the kid who produced the gig I came out here to do, this kid Jeff Beecher, a great guy, he brought Kelly Osbourne up to my suite.
Really?
She was in the hotel.
Anybody bang her?
Nobody banged her, no.
Well, what, did she look at you and run out?
She could not have been more annoyed. It was me. Listen, this is Kelly Osbourne. She's used to, like, going to parties with, like, the Hilton sisters and, like, George Clooney.
Right.
For the second half of the Super Bowl, she came up to my suite. It was me, like 4 of my buddies from Jersey, Levy and Dan the song parody.
How quick and both face did she make?
Yeah,
I had AC/DC in the CD player live at Donington.
How long did she last there?
Howard, she was in my room for 3 minutes. She came up with a friend of hers. They were both very nice. They were very polite. I gave her the most comfortable chair in the room, I thought. We're eating chicken wings. I'm drunk. I got chicken sauce on my face. And the over comes in. All my buddies had the over, too. I convinced them to bet it. We went nuts. Dessert.
And she ran out.
She got scared.
And, like, was she all dressed up with, like, one of those weird hairdos and, like, makeup?
For a party.
Yeah, she's all dressed to the nines.
I heard there
Artie's in the jeans. He went to the steam room.
I heard there was a party in Artie Lang's room. Let's go.
She had a look on her face like, you guys are gross.
You guys are grosser than my brother Jack.
But that's a Super Bowl party, dude. I mean, you know, what did she expect? I mean, you guys actually were interested in watching the Super Bowl.
Howard, this is a rich broad, grew up in Beverly Hills in London. She was with me and my buddy Anthony watching a game that we have a bet on the over.
Hey, Dan, you're on the air.
Hey, Howard, how's it going?
What's up?
Hey, it's Dan. I lost Artie. I guess you got him on the phone now, but he disappeared a couple hours ago.
Oh, you're Dan, the song parody man?
Yeah, that's
yes,
Dan.
sir.
Yeah.
Hey, Artie, you're on the line still.
Well, what do you got to say, Dan?
Well, the most amazing thing, aside from the amount of alcohol that Artie and Levy consume collectively, which is just, you can't even measure it, you know, by the gallon. But the most amazing thing was that Artie actually turned down one shot of tequila from a fan. Aside from that, he did not turn down one drink the entire weekend.
I'm picturing Artie in the steam room with his clothes on with a naked Dennis Rodman and then walking through the Hard Rock air-conditioned lobby completely wet.
Drenched.
Howard, I was in the steam room at the Hard Rock in an outfit. I looked like, you know, I was working construction.
Yeah, you look like you were fixing the steam room.
Dwayne, you're on the air.
Yeah, what's going on, Howard? Listen, Artie was at the blackjack table, right? He was getting pissed. He was all sorts of bent up on freaking JD. He was on a good roll and everything. But then all of a sudden, what happened, Artie? Remember when you came through and you spilled them drinks and everything, you started losing some money then? What happened?
You spilled
Artie, thank you, though, because I bet on the over and lost some money. Yo, good looking. Peace, yo, good looking.
Hey, Artie, what happened? You spilled drinks all over the blackjack table?
I spilled a drink on the blackjack.
Did they get pissed?
Hey, no, again, I'm with you, brother.
Howard, you want to hear something funny?
Yeah.
I wasn't even there. I just knew he probably would.
That's too funny.
That's funny.
You predicted I spilled a drink?
Yes.
I spilled one drink. This was at like 4 a.m. It was actually a beer because by the end of the night I just started doing chilled shots at JD and you know, drinking Heinekens to chase it.
Oh, my stomach is burning just listening to you.
How much sleep have you gotten collectively? Like, would you think more than 6 hours for the whole weekend?
No, I'd say 5 hours.
Wow, you're gonna crash, dude.
Right in one of those meetings today.
So what are you supposed to do?
I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have to go listen, you know.
So you didn't even go to bed last night, so what do you got to do? You got to go to these meetings in L.A. at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
And then an audition.
Howard, yeah, it's not even a meeting. It's an audition.
With Mike Judge.
Yeah, with Mike Judge.
Now, have you gone to the steam room to steam out some of the booze?
I should go. I got my flights in 3 hours. I should go down there.
Why didn't you sleep last night? Because you just played cards the whole night?
After the Super Bowl, we went down, we played blackjack, and then we went strip club hopping.
Oh.
We were over at Club Paradise.
You find your girlfriend?
No, she's not around.
She was repulsed.
Yeah, I'm looking for that whore the same way OJ's looking for the real killer.
Wow.
But we went strip club hopping. We went Club Paradise.
And then you just said, screw it, let's stay up all night?
Yeah, what am I going to do? I won the over in the Super Bowl. What am I going to get?
I don't know, but like at some point, don't you go, wow, I got to audition tomorrow. I think I better get some sleep.
Yeah, this is very irresponsible of me.
Did you ever think of it, Artie, or did you just not care?
I completely forgot.
You did?
I forgot about it.
Mike, you're on the air.
Hey there.
Hey now.
Morning, Howard. You don't know the two bastards. Listen, so envious of Artie, bro. He's got a great job, drinks whatever he wants, eats like a freaking Galvon, and still has a job with you.
Ralph, you're on the air.
I'm going to take the over-under when Artie's going to die. 3 years. Hey, you know, Artie, you there?
Yeah.
You know, I love you. You know, you're a great guy and you're fun and everything, but don't you kind of think, like, you said you go to the Hard Rock Hotel, right? And they're treating you good because, you know, you're with the show and with Howard and everything like that. And then you go out and you just kind of make, you know,
kind of a fool of yourself, and you're screaming and yelling.
This is Ralph saying it.
And you're
like he doesn't make a spectacle.
Wait, let me say this.
Be very careful what you say. Right?
Yeah, you're in the steam room with your clothes on and stuff. Like, does it ever cross your mind? I'm not saying like, hey, it's a problem. It's just,
but that's
cross
Artie.
your mind that maybe it reflects bad on Howard.
Oh yeah, look who's worried about reflecting poorly on Howard.
Haven't you done enough of that?
Ralph, are you kidding me?
You got to be joking.
You really have to be out of your mind right now.
Does it ever occur to you, Ralph?
What? I haven't done anything like that.
Oh.
Well, aren't you the guy who passed out on the street when you were supposed to be coming up here because you were tripping?
Yeah, but people at the Hard Rock didn't know that.
And don't you piss off every business relationship you work with?
Haven't you gone on several shoots with me where they said we really don't want Ralph here?
Yeah.
That's not the point.
And Ralph, don't you owe me $105 from bets you put on last week?
No, didn't Will pay you back for?
Yeah, Will. Howard, Ralph puts bets in with me, right?
Yeah. Right.
He loses $105. I see him at the party last weekend. I go, where's the $100? He goes, Will owes me money.
You told me to let it ride. You told me to let it ride. What are you talking about?
No. I said you let the 50 ride. Like, I'm not going to go ask Will, who's got no money, for Ralph's money.
Yeah, I love that.
I was going to let it ride to the Super Bowl.
Ralph, Artie, why are you taking bets from him?
Hey, wait, he calls me up.
Don't get involved. Let him place his own bets.
You don't know how Ralph hunts Artie down so he can place these bets.
Oh.
He's hard to find.
He keeps me on the phone for a half an hour, Howard.
Do you think
about different bets, and then he bets $50. I'm not going to call a bookie with a $50 bet. He just never stop punching me in the face.
Hey, Mike Judge is on the phone. Hey, Mike.
Artie, you suck.
Yeah.
You stay home.
All right, dude. Well, thanks for checking in.
Hey, Howard, man, it was a great weekend.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it sounds like you stayed up to take a part of everything that happened.
The whole thing. I'll tell you what, the show was huge out here, man. I did stand up in the same room Bowie did. It was.
How was Bowie's stand up?
Yeah, right. It was 1,200 seats, sold out. You know, the crowd was great. The show went good. We went out afterwards. I won money on the bowl. It was just the whole weekend was just like amazing. It was so out of character of me.
So you're
leaving Vegas with money?
I'm leaving Vegas up a good amount of money.
How much?
$8,000.
And that includes your salary?
Yeah. No. And then on top of the money I got paid for the stand-up.
Right.
Wow.
You didn't lose your money.
No, I ate cheese is the money I'm up from gambling.
Wow.
$8,000?
Trust me, he'll lose that. Don't worry.
Wow.
All right, Artie. Good luck with your auditions.
Thanks, Howard.
All I have to say is March Madness is on the way.
Yeah, I got some steak money. I'm ready.
All right, later, bro.
Good talking to you, man.
Right.
Bye.
Man, oh, man.
How is he still alive after a weekend
All
like
I can say is thank goodness he doesn't have any more time there. Because he died.
How does he do it? I could never stay up that many hours.
Well, you can hear his voice is a little shot.
No, you know what?
I can't imagine what he looks like.
For a guy who stayed up an entire weekend drinking that much alcohol and eating horrible food, he's in pretty good shape, and he will go out and audition and be fine.
But just imagine what he looks like. He was in a steam room, fully dressed.
Denise, hi.
Hi.
What's up?
Is this Howard?
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to just talk about Artie for a second. I told the guy on the phone, I'm his matchmate that hasn't been up all night, that Mr. Brewer myself.
All right.
I wanted to come down and see him, but he's not going to be available today.
No, he'll be here about Thursday or something. Hey, Mike.
You'll have to get a little sleep before you can see him.
Mike, you're on the air.
Howard, how you doing? I work at the Hard Rock. I'm in charge of the bathroom facilities. And Artie's sitting there at the urinal bobbing and weaving, totally missing the mark, and doing it all over the floor. The guy's disgusting.
I don't know if I buy that.
It could have happened.
Yeah. All right, I got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
Here's Craig Kilborn on Howard Stern.
We were off last week. I did the Howard Stern show, the legendary Howard Stern. I did a show, and it went well. I put up with some of his stuff, and I answered the question. And to me, he's a special broadcaster. Sometimes he delves in that sex, that perversion stuff. But if you look past that, he's so adept at interviewing the mentally challenged and the dwarves. So he's a... But he's special because he's nearing 50. The guy's going to be 48, and he still has that audience. You know, normally when you get older, there's a maturity level that comes along, but he can still grab that young audience. Big hand for Howard Stern. It was fun. Those are compliments. I was just complimenting him. Did that come out? Okay, I want to make sure.
95X.
Gary came in and he told me the TV guys, for some reason, you were singing to Cocaine and you were going berserk in there.
Oh, no, they found it?
So I said,
damn!
Well, you were just saying to Cocaine, the song they played this morning.
I do that in here because I know it can't be recorded.
Well,
they got it?
Yeah. I said to Gary, I only give Robin the option whether she wants to play that on the air or not. I know you're sensitive for some reason about your singing.
I am very
over
sensitive.
I have to protect Robin. I need her up and peppy.
There was something weird going on. Nobody knows because nobody else heard it, but the TV guys, for some reason, were getting Robin's microphone because I think they're like separate feeds.
I don't know. It must be a separate feed. I want to hear it if you're up for it.
I'll listen to it, but those performances will never be happening again.
Yeah, you better. I never sing in here. I don't know why you are singing.
I thought you would do. I thought it was cute. It wasn't like it's not like you're wailing away.
Where is it? I want to hear
I think it's Gary page 1 now. I already forgot.
Cocaine. See, now you're not hearing the music.
It's better this way.
Down to the ground, cocaine. She don't lie, cocaine.
You're going on American Idol.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Cocaine. It's cocaine.
You ever since you did that drug.
And you wanna run on cocaine.
Well, you're not done. You sound better here than you do in the other attempts.
Cocaine.
Look at the party.
Cocaine.
What is this cocaine? That's the part.
No, I told you I was just having fun. I wasn't even paying attention. Cocaine.
You're on key at least. You've gotten better.
Down to the ground, cocaine. She don't lie, cocaine, cocaine,
cocaine,
cocaine,
cocaine.
It's cocaine.
It's cocaine.
And you wanna run on cocaine.
Cocaine, cocaine. All right. I like the finger snapping.
And I even remember when I was changing the name of cocaine, I was like, what am I doing?
Cocaine. Cocaine.
What am I doing? I wasn't even paying. I was just in the moment.
You're not even true to the words. You're
carrying on.
Cocaine.
Cocaine.
Cocaine. Cocaine. Diano.
Oh. Down to the ground, cocaine.
This is the best of the wrap-up show. A recap and behind-the-scenes look with John High and Gary Dell'Abate. The best of the wrap-up show begins now.
Hey, it's Jason, and on Monday's wrap-up show, myself, Brian Phelan, Scott DePace, Gary, we're all in there talking about the proper way to raise and train your dog. Scott thinks you beat them into submission. Everybody else says you're crazy. Check it out.
Howard said he spent all weekend upset over not Phelan putting wee-wee pads in his puppy's crate, because that's one thing, but rather the comments that Scott DePace made to the Howard 100 News about smacking the dog around. I didn't hear it. I don't know what he said, but it seemed like Howard was genuinely upset over it.
Well, there's two things I want to talk about there. We'll talk about what Scott said, but first, this is one of those things that Howard, I wish he could learn to not do. There's a dog from North Shore Animal League, and Beth was trying to help get the dog a home, and one of our guys took it. And that's great. And after that, it's okay. But Howard feels this responsibility for the whole process, which he really shouldn't have to. He's already done enough to bring the two parties together. You know, if Brian Phelan doesn't do his job correctly, it doesn't reflect bad on Howard, yet he feels that way. And I feel bad for him.
But Howard's
it makes him crazy.
But he's just not that kind of guy. He cares, and he cares what's happening with this dog.
But
for
you
a couple
can't
of reasons.
You can't take responsibility for everything. And I feel like he takes a lot of responsibility for stuff that he can't control, to the point where it really sort of helps him not be as happy as he could be.
Yeah, well, he did say that he wishes Beth didn't do it almost, because then he wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. But the issue really wasn't with Phelan and what he was doing. It was more, although that was part of the issue, it was more of what Scott said. And then when you were in there, it took about 3 seconds for you to light up on DePace. You got into it really quickly.
He just said, no, all I went in there to say was, Scott said, the trainer I work with said it's okay to hit a dog, which is just not the truth. So then he took a shot at me, and then I went back, but I wasn't looking.
You weren't at my house when I was talking to
I know that
trainer.
Jason actually, this is really more, God's honest truth, more between you and Jason.
Yeah,
because Jason's telling me what he did. In other words, sometimes people tell me stuff and I go in as the representative.
So you were saying what Jason had told you.
Jason worked with this particular trainer. So again, I didn't work with the guy. So
Training
Jason,
like a cat.
Jason should come in and training his dog.
No.
And Jason said that the trainer said he's a no-hands trainer, meaning you don't hit or touch the dog in any way. And DePace is saying that's not the truth.
Look,
so
my wife was there, so, if we need a corroboration of the story.
But you guys didn't say opposite things.
Well, no, he did, because he's saying it's okay to hit a dog.
He said, no. He said, Scott said the trainer said that it's not his method,
right.
But he doesn't, he's accepting of it.
And in fact, everything all of his training had to do with dominance. It all had to do with, when you go out a door, you make sure you go out first. When you put his food in the bowl, make sure he doesn't eat until you tell him it's time to eat.
Listen, there's a big difference between dominance and physical, use of physical force.
This all comes down to whether you think slapping a dog on the ass a couple of times to train them is cruel. I don't see how it is. My dog plays with other dogs, and they're constantly biting each other. Isn't that a lot worse than just a little pat on the ass?
I don't know. I'm not going to get into it.
We got to ask.
It's not my fight for me and you, so I'm not going to get into it.
Scott, they're dogs. They don't know about patting on the ass.
Well, I'm just saying, if it's about pain, then yes, you just said it. They're dogs. So I think they can handle the little bit of pain that they're actually getting. I don't think they're getting any.
Why do you think they can handle it? Like, what gives you that idea?
Well, I'm just saying their threshold must be pretty high. Whenever the dog bites me, I want to just jump out a window. It hurts. So they're biting each other. That must be okay.
No, my point is that the dogs don't know any better. They don't think, well, if I hit you...
Exactly. So then why are you putting the human trait that it's cruel when I slap them on the ass?
Because you're a human. You're a human.
But they're not.
Thank you for pointing that out.
But Scott, you got to think about what you just said for a second. Do you think a dog feels pain?
Yeah, probably. But do
you think that they might feel pain when they might feel pain when they're bit? Also, do you think they might, if they could? Do you think they would avoid to be? Okay.
I mean, they keep going at it. They keep playing and going at it.
Hold on a second. You know anything about? They don't bite down as hard as they can. That's how dogs play. They don't have hands.
What are you, a dog?
Yeah, I'm a dog. That's how I know what dogs like, because that's the only way you can understand
really,
a dog.
You just came in like you're some dog expert. What the hell are you?
I own a dog. I watch them play.
Life. I've had dogs my whole life.
Dogs don't go and they bite each other as hard as they can, you idiot.
I'm telling you that when they bite, because I'll put my hand in there.
Your dog bites you. If you put your hand up, then there's something wrong with your dog.
It's not. He's not you chomping down trying to draw blood, but in the midst, yeah, it hurts a lot.
Well, there's something wrong with your dog. Then I don't know what to tell you.
What you idiot! What you? All right, I won't use words. What you guys?
You won't use words.
I won't use terms.
We're going to communicate telepathically over here.
Hold on, Jason.
So here it goes into the Jason piece of shit vortex.
What happened? Those are words, it sounds like.
Scott, finish your point. Finish your point.
God, I hate you. You're
I know, it makes me so happy.
Asshole. It's funny. So many people tell me when they hear you, they've got to just turn it off.
Well, it's funny because I hear that about you sometimes too. I hear about both. I heard about both.
But I don't.
So no one's listening now, so finish your point.
In your pink shirt, please continue.
Jason, let him talk.
You're 350 pounds, you fat whale.
Keep wearing your pink shirt.
Good.
Your point.
I forget what I was talking about.
All right, then let's
use
take
your words. You were saying when a dog chomps down, it hurts your hand.
Yeah. So apparently they must have a threshold for pain. I don't think what I did is at all cruel. I don't sit there. My dog loves me. Sleeps on my... Oh, listen to that laugh. My dog sleeps on my bed every night. The dog loves when I come in at home. The dog loves me. Just because you guys have a different training method, don't say mine is cruel.
Let's take a step back here, Scott. Ridiculous. What did you say to the news that Howard got so pissed off about?
I was merely joking. Brian was going through the training of, how you put a dog in a crate. And he didn't know exactly how to do that. He put the wee-wee pad in there. And so I just said, as a joke, well, maybe you should just smack her on the ass. And that turned into Howard,
All right, so I got a question for you. Answer what Howard said today. How do you answer the allegation that a lot of your jokes are misinterpreted?
Well, you guys are dumb. I don't know. No, I have no idea.
No words, Scott. Come on, man.
I have no idea.
Because Howard says a lot of times
that's not my fault.
A lot of times when you say stuff and then people call you on it, you go, I was joking. And I guess a lot of people don't get the joke.
It is a comedy show here, isn't it? I don't know.
But we're not doing a comedy show.
Maybe I'm too good. Maybe
Scott,
I'm such a straight guy.
And I'm not saying I'm against this issue. You say that slapping the ass is okay.
Yeah.
But then you're saying it's a joke when you said it.
Well, how I said it, I was joking. If you listen to it, I think it's pretty obvious that I was joking.
Brian Fallon, was he joking?
I think he was joking. Yeah, he tried to, add comedy into the conversation. But, yeah, a lot of people don't get his jokes, that's for sure.
So did you think Howard was pissed off at you this morning?
Yeah, he was yelling at me the other day. So he actually had Ronnie come in and yell at me, too. So I thought I was going to be in a lot of trouble. But then it turned and went on to Scott, which is great.
What do you mean he had Ronnie come in to yell at you?
Because he told me I didn't know what I was doing. Because I put the wee-wee pad in the crate, and you're not supposed to do that. That's where they sleep. And he goes, you don't know what you're doing. I got to get you a trainer, blah, blah, blah. I'll get you the number. And then he went outside and saw Ronnie. He's like, Ronnie, he doesn't know what he's doing. Go in there and yelling at him. Tell him what to do. So then Ronnie came in and started yelling at me like I didn't know what I was going, Like, I have 3 kids, and I had a dog before. I know how to train something, So I just took it as...
Everyone's got their own way. I don't understand this.
I was expecting more, but, it deflected to Scott.
So you just disagree with Howard's method?
Yeah, and Howard on the air this morning tried to say that I'm the know-it-all. Well, who the hell is he then? Right? If he's saying my method's wrong, why? I never said that his method was wrong. It's to each their own.
I would say he's a little bit more of a know-it-all, just in the sense that his wife spends a great deal of time with animals.
Okay, maybe recently, but I've had dogs my whole life. He didn't grow up with animals. I probably had 10 dogs.
Just because you've had them your whole life doesn't mean that everything you're doing with them is correct. It just means you've had them.
But there's a track record of success. I know how to get a dog to stop peeing in the house.
Well, but how do you get that reaction? How do you get to getting a dog?
Who cares?
But that's what I think Howard's talking about. You can train a dog by taking him outside, or every time he pees, you can hit him over the nose with a newspaper. You're going to get the same result, but different ways. Yeah, and one of them I think Howard would disagree with.
All right. To me, the dog is not hurt forever, and it's not barely even hurt at that moment.
Then why wouldn't you, every time your kid pees in a diaper, why would you hit him over the face with a paper?
Because my kid is a human, for one.
But
he's not a
hit
dog.
Their brothers.
And I'm trying to, and I was never shown that to be an effective method.
I think
I'm sure your kid has a threshold for pain.
I think there's a philosophy there. I think because I hear this with Will a lot too. Will grew up with a lot of animals, and his whole rap is, listen, I love dogs and stuff, but they're fucking dogs. And some people feel a different way about them, and I think there's a different philosophy there.
So do you think Howard's method's wrong or just different?
No, just different. I wouldn't have the patience to sit there and yell no for months until it finally worked.
It doesn't take much.
Jason, I'm sure. All of the training methods that I was trying, it was like, oh, you've got 2 hours of homework each day. I'm just not going to do it.
Jason, did anything get lost in translation when Gary came in and sort of said what you had told him?
No,
to
in
Scott?
fact, the guy, because I had watched the dog before Greg Cleva from Barkbusters came over, I had watched The Dog Whisperer. I still watch The Dog Whisperer. And The Dog Whisperer is a little bit hands-on. He doesn't hit the dog, but what he does is to simulate where the mom would nip the dog, like in the neck, to give him he does a little poke in the neck, like, and touch him in the neck.
Back of the neck.
And it's not a hit
very
or
sensitive
anything.
there.
And I was talking to Greg about that, and I said, I was a little uneasy with that because I always heard you're not supposed to touch the dogs. And he said, no, I have a hand. He goes, I have no problem. It's not his method, and that he has a completely and utterly hands-off method of dealing with the dog. That was the opening line of our conversation about how to train a dog.
And there's nothing inaccurate there. All I'm saying is what he said to me, I described what I had done, and he said there's nothing wrong with that either. It's just not my method. So,
Were you surprised how Gary reacted to when you chimed in this morning?
Yeah, he got very angry when I just brought out some facts that Gary has an electric fence. And to me, an electric fence is a little more harsh than slapping on the ass. A lot more harsh.
My dog doesn't even wear an electric collar anymore.
Well, but he certainly had to at one point.
Yes, he did.
So
it's a pretty common. Listen,
cruel.
It's a common tactic, and
I guarantee you, my tactic is more common than your electric fence.
Well, Guy, why did they stop wearing? Why did they stop wearing?
Because he just knows now.
Yeah,
but is it because
got shocked enough?
Would you do it again if you got a new dog? Would you?
I think I would. You know what? I live in a neighborhood where there's a lot of cars that go by. Cool. I have a very, very active dog. You know what I mean? And I don't want him running into the street and getting run over by a car.
I'll tell you, too.
I think that's cool.
An electric collar on Mary if she became a man?
Sure.
We just got new couches, and my wife didn't want the dog for once to be on the couch. And normally, Cookie the dog had always been on the couch. So suddenly we had to train her a new way. So she found these electric pads that give you a little shock. Dog did it once, hasn't been up there again.
Oh, so you shocked the dog too, and you're making fun of Gary?
I know,
exactly.
I'm just pointing out that he's a hypocrite.
Well, how does that work? You get like
he's a hypocrite. That's
well,
all
so
I'm
are
saying.
you then if you're making fun of Gary for shocking his dog, and you do the same thing?
No,
Scott is right and you're wrong.
I could care less. I'd put an electric fence up too.
Wait, Scott, so these are electric pads that you put on the couch?
Put on the couch.
And
I
so
got shocked by it twice.
So if the dog
she doesn't want you on the couch either.
So if the dog jumps up on it, it shocks him and goes down. And you got shocked?
Yeah, I got shocked twice.
And your kids get shocked?
My kids got shocked. My one son had his hand. He was laying on it. It was turned off. And the other kid came over and turned it on.
Oh, my God.
Got him.
How strong of a shock is it?
Your kids treat each other like dogs.
Yeah. It's, it's, I don't know. It doesn't hurt that
Threshold for pain.
Rich in Carolina, you're on the wrap-up show.
Hey, guys. You guys usually rip on Scott the Pace, but I usually defend him. But I think in this case he's very wrong. The main reason why you don't want to be beating your dog is just the same reason why my brother, when his dog does something wrong, he kicks him. He really does it aggressively. But guess what? His daughter shows. His daughter is now learning that it's okay to hit.
Sir, wouldn't you say that what you described? Wouldn't you say what you described is a little more than what I did? I merely slapped the dog on the ass like 4 or 5 times, not very hard. I never kicked her.
Well, we don't know. Hold on, we don't know that to be the case.
Well, I've described it.
That's what you tell us.
Are you telling me
I would like to see documentation.
Shit on the couch, you're not going to whack the hell out of it? Give me a break.
No, I'm not. I push it off. Off the couch.
You need it. You said you need it.
Me taking
No, that's a bunch of crap, too.
You said it on the show. You said when a dog jumps up that you need it.
And I don't think you were kidding that day.
Yes, it was a joke. Someone said what you do is, that was one method. The other one was to step on the back foot while you're holding the front foot.
You'll hear a dog yelp, and you'll hear about their threshold of pain.
I got to tell you, me asking for documentation that I don't know that you hit your dog any more than you don't know that Obama's birth certificate is real. In other words, I have to take your word at it.
Well, you took my word that I hit her in the first place.
I think you. But
So
how do
why
I know?
wouldn't you take
How do
my-
if you admit to hitting your dog? How do I know what level you're really telling the truth about?
Well, then you might have shocked your dog 10 or 12 times.
Maybe I have.
Yeah, let me have documentation on it.
Hey, it's Gary Dell'Abate, Baba Booey. On Tuesday's wrap-up show, we were talking to Ronnie about Bee the tranny. And he said he thought she was sort of cute. We were wondering if Ronnie was a little smitten with Bee. He said he was just more fascinated by her. And then Mark Paul Gosselaar, you probably know him as Zach from Saved by the Bell, and Brecken Meyer, who was in the movie Clueless. They're friends of the show, big fans, and they stopped by and we chatted with them a little bit. Here's how it all went.
Ronnie's now here. We're talking about Bee, Ronnie, and you seem to have an interest in Bee today when you went in there.
I just wanted to see it up close because I saw it on the TV screen, and it was hard to tell what it looked like.
And how would you describe it?
Pretty scary looking, kind of. I don't know. It was like the only cool part was like you just stand her up and just bang her. You don't even have to move her. I mean, it's like it's straight on. Like a lot, you want to fuck a girl, you got to lift her leg, standing up, and you just stand there and just stick it in and go. It was kind of weird. It was kind of weird.
Is it the beginning of a movement to move regular women's vaginas up taller?
That'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, you future woman. That's how like.
You know what? But you know what? Okay, so after she came out of the studio, now, I mean, I've picked out. We've done contests and stuff like that, and I've picked out, who the tranny was and all that nonsense. But this guy, girl, whatever you want to call him. Well, it's a girl because she's a female on a driver's license, so she's officially, I guess, a girl now. you looked at her hands and her arms and everything else, except for her feet. She had pretty eyes and everything, but her feet were horrible. I mean, they really looked like guys' feet. She had like curled toes and stuff, and it was really strange. But her hands, usually you could tell right away by the hands, she had real feminine-looking hands.
You really checked her out.
Yeah, I did.
Now, if you ran into her, we were saying before, if you ran into her in a club, do you think you would have been fooled?
Yeah, especially after a couple of shots of tequila, for sure.
And how far do you think things would go?
I don't know. I don't know.
Would you be standing up next to her by the end of the night? I mean, what do you think?
No,
Would you be tweeting, I just fucked the perfect vagina?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Gary, you're right. He does seem a little smitten.
And I was kind of curious to find out when she blows her load, which I really don't believe she can. I really don't believe it for the life of me. I can't see how it works.
Well, that's my question. It is you can't lubricate because that they haven't figured out for the operation. So,
right.
So when she comes, is it semen?
Well, what is it?
Does she
come?
She said there was a
goo. She said it was goo.
Liquid comes out, so it sounds like it was some sort of ejaculate is still coming out.
Does this thing turn you on, Ronnie?
No, but I was real intrigued by her explanation of everything.
I think B's got a big fan over here.
By the way, I got to tell you,
I thought she was pretty cool, actually.
I liked it. The weird thing for me was when B got here, I went to the green room to say hello, and B introduced me to her brother, who looked to be around the same age, and so it's over for me because there's me as a dude.
Right. Which one was her brother, the fat guy or the other one?
The other one.
Oh, okay.
How did that Sibian ride go, Gary?
It went fine. I put my beekeeper's mask on. Some people will see it on TV and think that I was, grossed out by her, which I really wasn't. But she said she doesn't know how she comes or where she comes from, I
don't blame
put
you,
the mask on. I didn't know what was going to happen.
See, that's what I was afraid that if she came, it was going to shoot, like a guy.
I genuinely didn't know what was going to happen, and I wanted to be ready. Turn on the Sibian. For a second, I thought she might get into it, and then it was obvious. She says, yeah, this isn't going to work for me.
Yeah, because I see, that's what did. As soon I was watching it when you turned it on, and it was like you could see there was no feeling at all there, and that's what kind of like makes me feel like, I don't know, if she even does blow a load. I don't know.
I want to say something, too. I think that our television lighting crew might be a little homophobic.
Why is that?
Because every time a hot chick gets on the Sibian, as soon as how it goes go, they dim the lights, and they didn't bother dimming the lights for her.
Gary, who's that over there?
Some friends of ours stopped by to say hello real quick. You guys want to say a quick hello? Mark Paul Gosselier and Brecken Meyer, who have a new show out. And the reason why I brought these guys in, because I know them for a while, but Mark's a big fan of the show, and hopefully sometime in the future will be appearing on Celebrity Superfan Roundtable. And Brecken, you were hanging out. You were hanging out with Howard at the party, right?
That was really fun. Yeah,
he got great things. He says you're a very good drummer.
I heard about that, and other than being in Mad Magazine, that was the highest praise I think I've ever gotten.
Now, Brecken, were you conscious of like, should I walk up to Howard? Should I leave him alone?
No, I was with Ryan. I was with Philippi, who's a friend of the show, and I'm such a giant fan of you guys that I kind of knew the etiquette right off the bat. I was afraid to walk up to Howard. By all means, I was just standing back, and I was like, I'll just hang with Stamos and be wall candy. And then when we went, and then Todd Phillips who directed Road Trip and The Hangover, we all went over and talked to Howard for a second. I think I was still shaking. But
a lot of people at that party, huh?
It was star-studded.
I mean, and you live there, but that was a big party?
I mean, I don't live at Jimmy's, but I live in the area. Yeah, no, it was, Matt Damon and Ben Affleck and people with Oscars were there. Crazy.
What are you guys out here promoting, Mark? You guys got a show together?
Yeah, we got a new show June 1st on TNT called Franklin and Bash.
And what kind of show is it?
Legal drama with humor.
With humor?
A lot of humor.
So on the show, are both you guys lawyers?
Yeah.
Now, did you guys know each other before you did the show?
We knew of each other. I mean, we grew up in the industry together, so it's, we've been in this thing for about 20 years now. So we knew of each other, but
did not know each other. Yes,
Mark,
we have a chemistry.
You're a big listener of the show.
Huge listener.
Yeah,
we were listening this morning to Scott.
Can I say, I'm such a giant fan right now. We came in, Mark Paul was pointing out everyone because I don't know anyone's face. I only know the voices. He literally goes, there's Benji, and I realized I started bouncing, and I go, is it really? Yeah, really didn't. And John, it's funny, standing over there, I hear your voice in my car, not 24/7, except when my daughter's in there. And it's so funny to put a face to it. It's crazy.
And Ronnie, I walk in with the mustache and the sideburns. I didn't even recognize him. He didn't recognize me. Remember when you guys came to the set?
That's right.
Yeah.
I knew Mark Paul was a really big fan because when he was on NYPD Blue, I'd go down to the set from time to time. So I saw him there. And something happened that morning. We never met each other or anything. And he walked by me and he goes, "Hey, is Mary pissed at you for what happened this morning?" I was like, "Holy shit, he really listens."
Yeah. What do you guys think of Robin's trip to Peru? Any insight on
the
that?
Ayahuasca, what is it? I can't even say it. Ayahuasca.
Did Fred do a cover of Cocaine at his gig? Did she show up? I missed that. She did?
No.
Oh man, I would have loved to have heard that.
Well, you're going to be hearing her sing Cocaine quite a bit on the show over the next few
I want to
weeks
hear
and
Fred
months.
do the cover of that
We've been getting a lot of songs, and I have 5 more songs that came in late in the show that are all cocaine related.
We're going to do Franklin and Bash in Peru as an homage to Robin.
Now, other than Howard, of course, who's the one person you'd be like, wow, you'd love to sort of meet and sit down and talk to? Who are you the biggest fan of all the characters on the show? You don't have to say Gary because he's sitting there.
I'm a
It could be
giant
anybody.
Fred fan.
I'm a huge Fred fan.
I was looking forward to just literally seeing how it works.
He sat in last week, though, didn't he? Fred?
Yeah, Fred came by. You guys going to be here for a while?
We'll be here for a
because
minute.
after we're done with the wrap-up show, I'll take you and I'll show you Fred's setup. It's mind-blowing.
I would love to
It's
go
so
behind
cool
the curtain of Oz.
But when you see
happy.
Fred's setup and you see how it works, you'll be blown away.
I know. You know who I know is Scott Eisinger. We have kids in the same class, so he was saying hello to everybody.
Excellent.
And Brecken, you hung with JD, right? With Ryan?
No, every time Ryan hung out with JD, I was out of town.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For some reason, every time I missed it. It was like Haley's Comet.
Well, you're going to see JD in a little while.
JD probably thinks he's avoiding him.
And I say JD's a lot like Haley's Comet. That's right.
Well, guys, promote the show again before you leave because I know you got to do other shows.
Franklin and Bash on June 1st, Wednesday, yeah?
Yeah, Wednesday, 9 o'clock.
There you go.
All
you
right.
can see the guy from Saved by the Bell, the guy from
Thanks for
Cougars.
coming by, guys.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
Wednesday's wrap-up show revolved around Miss Howard TV. Not how great she looked or how she was on the show, but rather, what's Mike Ganji doing up here? Does Ganji only show up when the hot chicks are there? And does he take all the plum assignments from Howard TV, which could upset other people? Well, Ganji had his opinion, everyone else had their opinion, and here's how that conversation went.
Yeah, Ganji, are you here only because Miss Howard TV is here?
No, I'm here because we have a Miss Howard. Yes. So in a general sense, yes, we have a Miss Howard TV shoot here this afternoon, which I'm involved in. So it's natural for me to come in early in the morning to see her segment and be here for that. Yes.
I will tell you this. Ganji also was saying that one of the reasons he came in today, partially for that, partially because he needed a favor from me. And in all fairness to Ganji, it was the lamest favor ever.
No, I know.
He
but
needed 2 autograph pictures. He could have easily emailed me, and I would have had them to you.
Yeah, but it's also better for me to get the pictures. There's a whole procedure
They're right
to get
in my
pictures
drawer.
around here.
People email me day and night for
Well,
pictures.
I don't know that. Every time I've ever done it, I get the pictures. I bring it to you with the name on it. So that's the way. That's the way it's handled.
Is it for the Miss Howard TV to get in her pants?
Gary, now why don't those requests come up when Be the Tranny is up here or a different type of guest?
Look, if I needed to come up here for Be the Tranny, I would have been here for Be the Tranny. I was here for Buck Angel.
No,
Listen,
we're not saying if you need to be here, you need to be here.
Ago.
It just seems to be that you are voluntarily here for these days.
Well, because again, the shoot's right after the show.
Are you in charge of the shoot?
No. Well, Chris is producing the shoot, so we need a second camera. So I shoot second camera for him, and then I leave. So I'm just here to make sure it starts all right.
I'll play devil's advocate.
Yeah.
What other segments outside of Miss Howard TV do you shoot second camera for?
A lot of stuff. This weekend, I'll have a camera.
Where?
Ronnie and Shirley's block party in Allentown, Pennsylvania.
Well, the last couple.
Where I could go way deep on this.
But that's not
where you're going to hang out with Ronnie. Will be fun, and
no,
you
but
hope to meet chicks.
I'm going to be working, so it's not fun for me. It's work for me.
Are you saying
if I was hanging out, then it's fun?
Are you saying Ganji doesn't take the tough assignments?
I'm saying I don't think you see Ganji shooting second camera at the Be the Tranny documentary.
I can tell you I don't remember Ganji being at either of the craptaculars. I know that.
I got to tell you that if we can get a couple of the Howard TV guys, the lower level guys, and maybe black out their faces and voices because they're all scared of getting fired, you'll hear some good opinions about Ganji.
So, Jason, what have you heard? Tell me one thing you heard, and I can tell you exactly why.
I've heard one of the raps I've heard about you is that you always act busy and tell people how busy you are, but you're not actually busy. That seems to be one of the...
See that? Oh, my God. If that person who said that should be fired. Because they're probably not busy.
You should be too busy to fire them.
I heard Ganji worries about the pizza that's missing.
We heard about the grandma's pizza.
You've outed someone, and I will find out, and maybe they'll be fired.
I haven't had it anyway. What are you talking about?
Someone said that. So
Yeah,
it was very easy to find out.
It was Doug Goodstein.
So what else?
I've also heard that you definitely take all the plum assignments and don't give the good assignments to the other people. And it's
everybody has
listen, I know you
every
have seniority,
assignment.
but
Everybody has every look. What's better than the behind the scenes stuff right now? Well,
then why don't you shoot it?
Well, because I don't take all the plum assignments. Duh, that's exactly.
You really think hanging out in our office till 2:00 in the afternoon is a plum assignment?
Well,
I don't even want to be here.
So tell me the other plum. What are the plum assignments?
Well, it's all the strip clubs that you fly to.
Again, that nobody wants to go to because it's on a weekend and nobody wants to take their time.
So you've given this rap on. This is a perfect example.
Right.
You've given this rap on the air. My IM blows up. F you. Nobody else wanted to take it. I asked Angie 17 times to go to that.
We have a coordinating producer named Sean Gordon. He asks everybody all the time, and everybody's like, oh, is it at night? Oh, do I get paid overtime? Oh, do I get a day off for going? Oh, so I'm the only one that says, like, look, if everybody doesn't want to go, if you have no other resort, I'll go. I don't care.
That's not how.
But
some people see it.
That's the reality of it.
Listen, maybe people are just trying to rile me up to get it going, but that's what people I am.
That's the reality of it. And I guarantee Sean would get on the phone and back me up in a heartbeat. That he
Just
goes to
in
everybody
Gandy's
on the
defense, I've heard him say, "Does anyone want to go?"
All right.
Okay, I'll go.
Wait, settle down, guys. Now, Mike, do you see why people may have this perception? Because when the Miss Howard TVs are here, you're here. When you hear about a trip to Vegas or anything involving, the strippers or the girls, you're there.
Again, I don't volunteer for them. Sean goes around, we're like, all right, who will go? And Sean will ask people if they're willing to go, and a lot of times they say no. Ronnie and Richie, when they went to Steven Singer to get the ring, right? So we asked a bunch of people. If everybody said no, I said I would go.
You would to get what ring?
We shot Richie and Ronnie on the road trip to getting Richie's engagement ring.
Which, by the way, where are you going to show that?
Well, I don't know. We
By the way, according to both,
might need it. So.
According to both the other guys, it was a giant party. They're drinking, or
again,
girls.
I don't know that.
Did you go when Richard went to get his ring?
No, because Richard told us we would have.
Oh, I thought.
That's the problem.
Richie had a beer.
Right, they give you they give you beer and wine and cookies.
But the point is, if Richard had told us, we would have.
Really, beautiful girls.
So I mean, what are you going to do? But
all right, John, wrestle control.
It is like a strip club.
Too many voices here. Let's go to the phones. We'll talk to Billy in Arizona. Billy, what do you have to say about this?
I believe Gange's just full of it.
Based on what?
Straight up and honest. I mean, if there's a beautiful girl in there, yeah, I'm jealous. I'd like to come in there. But just be straight up and honest with everybody, Gange. When a good-looking woman comes in, you want to come down there. It ain't no big deal.
Look, if it was somebody I was interested in, I'd absolutely say yeah. But, the Miss Howard TV, I'm not interested in.
See, and Billy's touching it. Thanks for calling, Billy. He's touching upon Gary's issue, what Gary said in the beginning of the show, which was, if you came clean and just said, hot chicks up here, I want to be here, then that's that.
Sometimes,
I would understand that.
Sometimes there is that situation. Sometimes I just think of it as work. It's not, I swear to God,
so it's
I'm
the
not
same situation. You just think of it in different ways at times.
Yeah, like, look, has there been hot chicks up here? Like, if a Jenna is up here one day or something like that? Absolutely. But if other situations, I just think of it as work. Again, when BB was up here, I came up because Richie was doing the Daily Show, so he couldn't come up. And again, I wasn't thinking of it as a hot chick. I was just thinking of it as some porn girl who's going to ride the Sibian.
A lot of the contests we do up here, I'm in charge of going through the entries, right? And I'll go through them whether it's the worst penis injury or the hottest chick with the hottest daughter. But I would be so pissed if whenever there was a hottest chick, hottest daughter contest, if you came to me and you said, no, I'll handle this one.
Right. But again, I don't do that. But I don't do that. That's not the way it goes down.
But then, so the only two people that could handle Miss Howard TV are the two most senior producers at Howard TV?
Again, right now, Chris produces the shoots. So he's in there producing the shoot.
But when you used to produce the shoot, right, you did the interview and you did the. So why doesn't Chris do everything?
But the problem, it's a long story, but it switched from a lot of people. It switched. Isaac used to produce them for a long time, and Isaac did the whole thing. So when Isaac left, I took it over because we didn't really have a person to put in that slot that can be there all the time, and it would be just like 1 month somebody could be able to do it. Next month you'd have to train somebody else to do it. The next month, you know what I mean? So it was I had consistency.
Right.
I was always here. You know what I mean? So it was like that for a long time, and that's just the way it was.
But now Chris took over, and how come he didn't take over full duties? I guess
he does, in a sense that he tries to find the girls. He books them. We just do an interview because again, I don't know. I mean, we want to see who's going on our air. Like, look, at the end of the day, we're in charge of Howard TV, so I want to see who's going on it. I absolutely do.
If they're a girl.
Well, think of the
but if we were
shows.
doing, look, we were involved when we hired Sid to host something, when we hired Jim Florentine to host something, all those other things. We were involved in the same exact level.
All right, Steve, we got to take a break. Let's let Ganji get his...
John Hine and the bonus show. We were involved in the same exact level.
No, I didn't talk to you. Rachel talked to you guys. I talked to somebody else who I never met before.
Jimmy. Now, what's up? Welcome back.
Thank you. It's good to be back.
How are you this morning?
It's good. You don't have enough of these shots of me walking down the hall while you're walking backwards?
No, just constant B-roll. That's all we want.
Great.
So what brings you back east?
I'm here for the ABC Upfront, as I come every year. It's an advertiser ass-kiss fest.
Right up your alley.
Yeah.
You love that stuff.
I love it.
Well, welcome
good
back,
times.
sir.
Thank you.
Hey, Jimmy, what's up, man? Good to see you. The iPad 2?
Nice. Yeah, you don't have this?
I have the iPad 1.
Yeah,
I don't use it.
Gadget Gary should have that.
You know what? I only use it when I travel.
I have it because of Howard, who insisted that I get it, and I really felt I didn't need it, and he turned out.
Do you need it?
No. I the old one's fine.
Right. That's exactly what I think. That's it's so funny you say that. I'll get the new one. If somebody gave it to me, I'd love to have it. But
yeah, exactly.
I'm not going to go pay $800 for another one.
Yeah.
All right, let me put up a note. Let them know that you're here.
Okay.
You're good till 8:15ish.
Yeah, exactly.
And Nugent's coming in at 8.
Yeah, Cleto ran into him on the street yesterday.
Oh, is that right? Let me put up a note. Let him here.
Hey, Jimmy Kimmel's here. I should bring him in. He's only here till 8 o'clock, but you know, like when Jimmy hangs out on the show.
Absolutely, it's Upfronts week, huh?
Yeah, he's in town for the Upfronts. That's where the networks get together with their advertisers.
And
hey,
they
Jimmy.
bring in Jimmy, who's getting thinner and thinner.
Skinny Jimmy.
I saw him on his show the other night. I was like, look at Jimmy.
Jimmy walks around with his iPad.
Oh, look at him.
Now.
He's so corporate, so...
I wanted to show you that I got it because you convinced me to get it.
What, iPad 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's excellent, right?
And I did get it. And here it is. It's great, but I would have been fine with the iPad 1.
iPad 2 is much lighter.
It is lighter.
iPad 2 does have that video conferencing, which I like.
iPad 1 doesn't have a?
No.
No.
And
the only time I've ever used that, though, is with you.
Yeah, right. And,
comes in handy.
Well, hey, but look at that. You had contact with me.
I don't. It was weird, though, because once you came on the screen, I couldn't help but start masturbating.
I knew you were doing that. I couldn't see his arms. iPad 2 also, let me see your cover.
Oh, yeah, I have the cover that
I got rid of that.
You open it and it magically... You did.
I got a nice case cover because I don't like the back.
You can get rid of that?
I don't want the back getting scratched.
Oh, the back being exposed? Yeah, because the reason I got this cover is because of you also.
Yeah,
now you've disposed of it.
I switched.
You've led me astray again.
Tell people why you're in town this week. And
okay.
All right. You're in town for something called the Upfronts, but explain what they are.
There's a very confusing event that goes on in television every year. So all the advertisers gather, and then the networks tell the advertisers about the new shows that they have coming up.
Right.
And they're very excited about the new shows, and they show clips of them, and everybody sits there enthralled, and then theoretically people buy time on these shows. They buy ad time.
Right.
And then we cancel all of those shows in the next 12 months. Every one of them gets canceled.
I always thought it was weird because it's the only business where it's called Upfronts, where an advertiser commits money to a TV show that he really doesn't even know how people are going to do.
Yeah, based on a little clip or something.
But it's not a gamble at all, because if the TV show doesn't deliver that minimum rating that they've been promised, then they give them commercials in other TV shows. So we're like the stupidest bookies in the world.
Right, but
you're going to win no matter what.
Yeah, if the Jets don't cover, we'll give you a few extra points until they do.
That's right. So you're going to go, but you're hired because you're the Johnny Carson, so to speak, of ABC. You're their one late night
Sadly,
guy.
yes.
You know, but you're the late night guy for ABC, and it seems to be
Who
the
did
job.
they have before Jimmy? Nobody.
No, and they probably trot out like Howard Cosell or somebody.
No, Bill Maher was on in my spot. Politically incorrect.
Oh, that makes sense. Now, I saw you prepare for last year's Up Front.
Yes.
And you asked me to listen to the jokes and
that was a great experience
and evaluate them. I thought they were good. I mean, I liked them. It was
you and Ashton Kutcher.
It was weird. A weird group. It was me, Ashton Kutcher, Beth, and who else was listening? Maybe
Demi
Moore.
Yeah.
All right. And Jimmy performing
That's
these
a
jokes.
tough crowd.
Yeah. Now, I was very encouraging. I thought the jokes were very good.
What did Demi and Ashton
Demi
do?
thought the jokes were good. Ashton was like, that sucks. That blows. That's a piece of shit.
Well, this year he's going to be in the monologue.
There you go.
His constant criticism of every joke I found not funny after a while. I felt for you. And then finally, Jimmy just shut up.
I was like, all right, forget it. I'm
You
not.
gave up?
Fuck this. I'm not. This is not helpful.
Have you gone through all your jokes? Have you?
Not yet. Not with people yet.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've read through them.
Yeah.
And now the preparation is kind of done, and now you're going to read them in front of a group like myself and Ashton.
Who will you get
Well,
this time?
not such a high profile group. I like to read it in front of some of the sales guys because some of them are inside TV jokes,
right?
Just to get a sense of what they think is funny.
That's where you try this out. You can't go to a club and try this out. Right. You're not like Jay Leno where you go to a club.
The Hermosa Beach Comedy Club on Sunday night.
And take a
running
fee
through
for it.
700 jokes.
You know what? Just for a second, I have to say that Jay Leno gets more obnoxious as the days go on.
What did he do to you? Did he put
didn't
ayahuasca in your...
No. He didn't do
in your
anything
enema?
to me. But one morning I'm watching, I get up and watch TMZ sometimes before work. And they found him out in a steam-powered car.
Yeah, he drives around in that thing a lot.
Ridiculous.
That's why his clothes are always so perfectly ironed.
It's a weird affect. If you kind of want to go around anonymously, you would drive a regular car.
Yeah, with sides and glass and a whole bunch of
You
stuff.
should see these cars he drives around. And by the way, Corolla goes out there and drives around in these cars with him.
Yeah.
It's as if he's in a parade. He's the only person in a parade.
Yeah, I mean, if you didn't... I would think Jay Leno gets enough attention all week for having an hour on television.
You're wrong.
I'm wrong. I'm absolutely wrong. Isn't it shocking to you and to me that here's a guy who gets all this attention? You would think he'd want to sit back.
Yeah, he's like driving around waving at people.
Yeah, he puts himself in as Jimmy said, a parade. A parade of one. What is that?
I don't know what's going on there. I think he's so proud of those cars. He gets just so excited. Like a child, he wants to go out in the street and show everyone his new bicycle.
There was a period of time where you were like a regular guest on Jay, of course, because you were...
Well, not really. I was on once.
You were on once.
Yeah.
But, and then you went on the second time and quote-unquote burned him.
Right.
You don't hear from him anymore, right?
No, I've not heard from him.
He considers you an enemy.
He'd probably try to run me over with that steam car if he got the opportunity.
He's mad at you.
I think so. I don't think he would cop to that. I don't think, mad enters Jay's. Yeah, it's an emotion that he rejects.
Did you read the Bill Carter book? I mean,
I did, yeah.
You did. I felt that you were portrayed in a very, very good light.
Yes, I think so, too.
Yeah, I got the feeling you spoke to Bill Carter.
I did,
to help him with his book. You did. You admit to that.
Yeah.
And Jay came off like a horse's ass in the book.
I didn't think he came off that badly in the book.
Pretty bad.
I was hoping it would be worse.
Yeah, good book, right?
Yeah, very good book.
Yeah, I love all that late night war stuff. Do you ever pinch yourself and say, I can't believe I'm part of the late night war?
It is one of the strangest things. It really is one of the strangest. I mean, one of the weirdest things is to flip through the channels at that time and flip past yourself, standing like they do in front of a background like they have.
Yeah, but you didn't. When you first started the Jimmy Kimmel Show, you didn't anticipate looking like them. You wore the T-shirt under your jacket. You didn't do a stand-up at first.
I'd always have a single ball poking through my fly.
No, but you would never expect it. You wanted to do it in a different sort of format.
Yeah, it's always stupid. That's what you always think
Trying to
do
change
something
the
different.
format, yeah.
People don't want to see different. They want to see.
Well, that's true. Like even Merv Griffin, I go back to his day. He always came out. He did a little song.
Yeah.
He did something to bond with the audience one-on-one.
Right.
Jack Parr did it. I don't know what Dick Cavett did, but that show was a fucking
He
train
did
wreck.
a monologue.
Did he do a monologue? Yeah, it was very.
It's
highbrow.
like the law. You have to do a monologue. That's what people tune out after the monologue for the
That's
most
right.
part. I mean, a lot.
Yeah.
You lose a lot of people when the monologue's over.
So you tried to do it without a monologue. Well, you did it behind a desk, but
Yeah, I did more like what Regis does, that
Right.
type of thing, where
Yeah.
I come out and BS about. Like the first show I did, I had no plan. Like I had a couple of tape bits that I was going to roll, but they were 20 seconds long, and I went out and really just kind of talked about what had happened. And I remember afterwards we thought, oh, that went really well. That was really great. And I had recently looked back on our first show, and I hadn't since then. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. Like if some other guy was starting a late night show and I saw that, I'd be like, oh boy, man, tough night for Jimmy, huh? That is not going to work.
The only thing I remember about your first show is that the plan was to allow the audience to drink,
Yes.
to have a bar.
Yeah.
And the ABC did away with that in 2 seconds because people were like vomiting, right?
Someone vomited during that. That's never happened since, but somebody did vomit during the first show.
Well, it hasn't happened since because you stopped the bar. They,
Yeah, I
they
guess
said
so,
it's a
yeah.
liability, right? That's what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone legally drank themselves into a coma,
ABC might be liable.
that's right.
That's what I was hoping for, yeah. To bring the network down.
So the drinking stopped, but the guests are allowed to drink.
The guests are allowed to drink, yeah.
Right. You have a whole bar set up back
Yeah,
there.
right. We have a whole deal.
Will you ever incorporate the bar setup you have backstage into the on-air show? Now, by that I mean, I've been backstage at your show, and it is packed with celebrities.
Only when you're there.
No, it's packed with celebrities. They drink.
Yeah.
They mingle with the public. It is a wild scene. In a way, what about a spin-off of a reality show just called Jimmy's Bar? And really, people would love to see what goes on back there, or incorporate it into the end of the show for a minute, roll some tape from there. Or would that ruin the fun?
I think that would probably change the vibe back there. I think it would suddenly become... You'd have to have another show then following the show behind that show.
I see. So is there anyone who shows up too often at the celebrity bar back there that has to be turned away?
Andy Dick used to...
Oh, my
Andy Dick had to
goodness.
be removed from the bar.
Because it was free booze and celebrities.
Why would Andy be showing up all the time?
Andy did show up, I don't know, about maybe 6 months ago and had to be thrown out, which is it's a bummer for me. And I was like, he comes on the show sometimes. He's always funny when he comes on, but then you have to, your security guys are throwing him out.
Yeah.
Right, you can't have him there driving everyone crazy.
Some days he's welcome and some days he's not.
Right.
So Andy kind of lived at the bar for a while.
Well, I wouldn't
backstage.
say he lived there, but yeah, he'd come by and visit. There'd be certain people he'd be interested in coming to say hello to.
So he would make it like a regular thing. Like he'd show up like...
Let's go over to Jimmy.
I don't know what time Jimmy's Bar opens up, but let's say 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock, he'd somehow make it there.
Yeah, well, not quite that early, but yeah, he'd come and oftentimes be escorted from the premises.
Did you have to personally say something to him
No,
about it?
I hide upstairs. I have to stay away from
Do
him.
they tell you? Andy Dick's
Afterwards,
down there. And,
they told me the whole story.
Has anyone ever tried to get in and couldn't and called you personally and said, listen, Jimmy, I really would love to be hanging out at your bar scene back there and they won't let me in?
No, I don't think so. No,
it's got to be.
I don't think so.
Somebody.
No, really, I'm trying to think. I would tell you if there was, but I don't know. We let everyone in until they do something bad. So, and
But
then we'll
who
let them in
decides?
again until they do something bad.
But who decides who can get into that bar? In other words, what is the process? In other words, if I'm a guy who appeared on a sitcom and I was only on for like 3 weeks.
If you've been on our show, in general, you'd be welcome to come back.
You
to
can
the bar.
yeah. Does someone become loserish if they show up too often? In other words,
sure.
It would be a big deal, like maybe if I showed up to the bar one time. But then if I started showing up every week, then you guys would start to really think I was odd.
Well,
right?
you could, because there have to be better things to do than that.
You're not so special
And people
anymore.
forget we're trying to work.
Now, one of the things I haven't been able to speak to you about, because you haven't been here in a long time, is the Baba Booey.
Oh, yes. The Baba Booey.
Are you two speaking
I also want to
again?
talk about Fred, who's behind me right now, too, because I just feel like just so much damage has been done, and I think it's Greg Fitzsimmons' fault also.
What's going on with you and Fred? I'm not aware of that.
I'm aware of.
Oh, stop it, Fred. Every once in a while, you have to understand, I listen to the show, I listen to each show at least 3 times, so I know, I know every second of everything that's happened, and every once in a while, Fred will burst out with a like, oh, yeah, well, according to Jimmy Kimmel, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's like...
Well, you happen to be right.
You happen to know.
I'm not right,
You
of
made
course.
one of the most brilliant observations about Fred's role on the show.
I did not.
Yes, you did. You said...
That
and
was
this
an
is true.
observation about you and Robin, not about Fred.
That's true.
You will accept anything Fred says.
You're right.
He is the worldwide web, the worldwide Fred. As
you're
far
right.
You're right.
You're right.
Every time Fred says it, it ends the discussion. Fred must know, and you're right. Fred doesn't always know. Why do I allow that? Fred, while he has a lot of information, he's wrong sometimes.
We're all human. We all sometimes
But we didn't know Fred was human.
Right.
Right. All right. Well,
Fred, you didn't like Jimmy saying
See, Jimmy
that.
opened up your eyes.
Yeah, but Fred, Jimmy, exactly. You didn't like Jimmy saying that because it sort of made us aware that we were in a pattern with you.
Actually, it probably wasn't even Jimmy so much. It was probably your reaction to it more so than his.
Yeah, but then I feel bad when I hear that Fred there's some wounding there because I did not intend that. That is not at all what I intended.
He is wounded because he doesn't speak positively about you all the time.
I know. Whereas I feel like we should have a positive bond. I mean, probably not everyone greets
Jimmy's
you when
my
they come
Aston
in.
Kutcher.
Right. Now, what is wrong with me that...
a lot of stuff. Let's go through it.
How was I at your party that you recently threw for me?
I thought you were great at the party, right?
Was I not socializing? Was I...
I thought you were socializing.
I was socializing. I had a great time. You invited many, many celebrities.
That's right.
And you have informed me that at this party you threw for me, Ben Affleck and his beautiful wife Jennifer Garner were there.
Yeah.
You say he was standing right next to me for a period of time during the night.
It's a weird thing. Let me
I
tell you.
didn't notice him.
There's a number of people that never spoke to you, that came to the party because of you. They didn't come because of me.
Right.
That didn't speak to you.
I feel Ben Affleck and his wife came to the party because of you.
Well,
because
I mean,
why
I know
wouldn't
them.
the guy say hello to me?
Because it's not, believe me, they wanted to say hello to you. That's why they came to the party.
Right.
But I think that it was hard because, well,
why?
Because people were talking to you and you don't want to, especially when you're a celebrity, you don't want to have to kind of stand and stick your head in the middle of a conversation, you know?
Right.
So I think that
But why
people were
wouldn't
trying
you
to be respectful and eventually time ran out.
But why didn't you walk up to me and go, hey, Howard?
Because I know till afterwards. I had no idea.
How
I
did you
figured
find out?
Plus, I was out of my mind.
He was out of his mind.
Yeah. I mean, really. I was on ayahuasca.
I think so.
It's not a drug, though.
I
No,
was
it's
watching
not.
the ceremony.
It's a tea.
I
It's a ceremony.
don't watch you during the party that
What is
much.
he up to?
Well,
That's
it's
what
funny.
I'm glad you don't watch me.
I don't watch Jimmy that much during the party, but at one point, Jimmy had set up this time, instead of his band room, he set it up to be karaoke.
Right.
And from what I understand from his girlfriend, Molly, Jimmy had spent days testing this karaoke over
I took
and
the day
over
off
and
work
over
on
again.
Friday so I could get it fixed.
Sound checks, everything.
Like literally, like making sure it worked. But of course, he checks it in an empty room.
Yeah.
Right.
So the night
I'm
of the
like
party
Scott.
comes, we've got 500 guys in there, all ready to sing. You can't hear a fucking thing. The music you can't hear. You can't hear.
Why is that? Does he just have the little karaoke system? He
It's
doesn't
a
have
li-
it
yeah.
through
No,
a PA?
no.
You should have hired a karaoke guy.
Yeah, but I don't want a guy there.
I understand.
You know?
But anyway.
Yeah.
So people were singing to themselves?
You couldn't hear anyone like the beautiful Dax's girlfriend,
Kristen Bell.
Kristen Bell. She evidently can sing, like
Yeah.
for real.
Uh-huh.
And I'm sitting next to her, and I hear she's ready to sing, and I hear when she's singing, she's good. I'm the only one who can hear her. No one can hear.
That's all that mattered.
Yeah, but come on, no one can hear.
It's
So I
your
look
party.
over,
I want to
so-
make sure only you can hear.
So I look over.
Everybody's singing to you.
And I guess Jimmy was tired by that time of the night.
Oh.
Because he looked a little out of it. And I see
He
him.
didn't care anymore.
I see out of the corner of my eye, Jimmy is just staring. Now he's just staring. Now it's going on 20 minutes. He's staring at this equipment.
Is he blinking? Or
As if he stares at it long enough, he'll piss it off and it'll start working. He's staring at it like in disbelief. Like literally, this is what I see. He's like this. Jimmy's just staring at this equipment, and I go, "Oh, this poor fucking guy. He's. I know
tried
that feeling.
so hard. Yes.
When I have people in my home, if something doesn't work, I get fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
But he's so pickled that he doesn't.
There's nothing he can do. He's just staring.
He's just staring at it. He's
I was planning to kill it.
So then, he was going to kill it. Then about 20 minutes later, because it's horrible, all you hear is feedback, and people are wincing, people are leaving.
Oh.
It wasn't that bad.
Like Gary Shandling almost came into the room, and then I saw him leave because it was so loud and it wasn't working, and people were leaving. It was a bummer.
Yeah.
So then Jimmy finally, crouches down. Now he's staring at it, but he's crouching down. He's closer to the equipment. And then he starts to fiddle with some knobs. And I know he doesn't know what he's doing. Right. And I was going to go over and help him. And I go, I'm not going to be a help. It's fucked. We're done. It's finished. It was over.
Well, there was one guy who was kind of a ringer that Stamos brought in, who was a really good singer and keyboard player, which I felt kind of ruined the vibe a little bit. Because
really?
I didn't realize that's what he had done.
Part of the fun to me is that no one knows how to play their instruments.
Right.
And when one person really knows how to play it's like playing basketball with Shaq all of a sudden.
Right.
It's no fun.
Everybody just keeps passing to Shaq.
Yeah, exactly. And and then so I was trying to keep him a little lower than everybody else. And
is that what you were doing in the corner?
Yeah, that was one of my things.
Jimmy, I don't know I don't think Jimmy knows what he was doing in the corner, but I felt bad. His whole party, he's staring at this piece of equipment. He's staring it down over and over again.
I have a complicated relationship with my AV system. Yeah.
That's another weird thing with your party, Stamos. He doesn't bring a girl.
Yeah, this time he didn't bring a girl. Although I can't blame him because each time he brings a girl to anything that we go to, we then have the analysis afterwards.
Right.
And,
but it's kind of you look forward. You look forward to seeing who John's
he should bring a girl.
He should bring a hot girl
for us.
Yeah, so we could look at her.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was kind of a bummer. And then he's walking around looking to talk and stuff. It's like, go get a girl.
Yeah, it's like
go
if a
talk
guy
to
owns
a girl.
a beer company, he should bring a couple of 12-packs along with him.
But I want to thank you for that party once again.
It was a lot of fun.
It was great. I was talking to George Clooney and his girlfriend for a half hour.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, I really feel like I'm in show business. I rarely ever feel like I'm in show business because, first of all, I don't get invited to a lot of showbiz parties. That's number one.
You do.
But
number two, you go to bed at 6:30 at night.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And by the way, I hung out at your party till 1 in the morning, which is huge for me, which is really 4 o'clock in the morning our time.
Here he goes again.
Right. Well, let's be
always
honest.
calculating.
He has, you know what? You have to, when he's...
I was on my game. I was not going to fuck up the party. But finally I was begging Beth, please, let's go. Please, I'm begging of you. I mean, it was enough already. But,
yeah.
I was at the party, and I'm talking to, George Clooney, and suddenly I'm feeling this is a great party because it's in my honor. Therefore, anyone here doesn't hate me.
Right. You're safe.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't have to feel like Jimmy's already vetted everyone to see if they even like me.
Oh, the vetting that goes on.
Yeah. But Jimmy's
carries ramifications that go on throughout the year.
But Jimmy's having a party, so since it's in my honor, it's only people who might appreciate me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You don't have to worry about Yoko Ono rounding the corner.
Right, yeah, Yoko didn't show up. So thank God.
There's a guy who's a big fan of yours who then I felt really kind of bad about. I forgot because I'd had Chris O'Donnell. You know Chris O'Donnell?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, he listens all the time.
We should have invited him.
Well, I didn't think of it because he'd been on a couple of years ago, and then he came back last week. He's like, oh, yeah, the party sounded great.
Aww.
That's the guy who played Robin, right?
Yeah. He could be your Robin.
What's he doing now?
He
he's
had
on
a TV show,
he
right?
He still has one, yeah. He's on
it's one of those CSIs.
CSIs?
With LL Cool J.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not CSI, but...
L.A. Law. I don't know, one of those
I don't know. One of those CBS shows.
And you say Matt Damon and Ben Affleck were there.
Yep.
Those are big guys, right? Big guys in the industry. Yeah. That would have been someone interesting for me to talk to.
And neither one of them spoke to you.
No, you know what? They didn't speak to me at my own party. Well, I was talking to Jon Favreau for quite some time, and I think that...
You think he dominated the conversation?
No, I was dying for someone to interrupt that conversation. Nobody did. That's the problem. People see me talking. They don't interrupt.
They don't interrupt.
Yeah, I'd like to be swept away by somebody else. Yes.
Was there anybody else there who didn't speak to Howard?
Yeah, I don't think Adam Carolla talked to you.
Adam, not one word. Not one word. I mean,
think he doesn't know you.
Yeah, I know Adam.
I think Adam just figured you're there. There's other people you wanted to talk to.
You know what? He's right. Honestly, between you and me, he's right. When there are other people I'd rather talk. I know Adam already.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, go ahead.
Were there people that that called you during the week that wanted to come to the party, but maybe weren't party worthy? Like people that were trying to get in? Because I know Krista Miller said that Zach Braff kept calling her, and I think he was trying to get into the party.
Well, the funny thing is, I think that was like last year, but I didn't even pick up on that. He did contact me, but he never mentioned the party. So
Because I know he's a big fan, and I think he wanted to go.
I just didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know that.
But
so.
did anybody call you and say, "Hey, I want to come," and you're like, "Yeah, it's sort of full."
That I said couldn't come. You know what? People are real weird because they have to be super careful because of this.
Right. That's right.
Because of this moment right here. So I think some people kind of suddenly came into my life and it was like a hint. And I think most of those people, I just figured if it was somebody that was a fan of you and of the show, and then somebody that you wanted to come, because I want to make sure you wanted everyone to come who came.
Right.
I'd invite them. Yeah.
I had a great time. I mean, it was really nice for me. It was one of the nicest things anybody's ever done for me because I really am a pariah in this business. You know what I even liked? Like Mary McCormick, my movie wife from Private Parts, was there with her husband. And I love that because I know Mary doesn't think I have any showbiz friends, and which I don't, except for Jimmy.
But why does she think that?
Well, I can just... I don't know that she thinks that. That's how I feel
That's what
inside.
you perceive. Okay.
So I'm walking around, flitting around to all my new showbiz friends, and Mary says to me the other night, "Boy, you have some great friends." I go, I do. I really do.
You were happy just because she had to say that.
She was totally bamboozled. She had no idea none of those people know me.
Oh, that's funny.
It was fantastic. That whole party was just worth that moment. I liked it. That's it. I go to parties for other people's enjoyment. But then I was talking to Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
Wasn't that confusing? David Arquette.
They're walking around holding hands?
David Arquette and Courtney Cox are walking around holding hands. And I was just like, what the fuck is wrong with you two?
I figured out a solution for those two, I think.
Yeah, what is it?
She should adopt him.
Yeah. Yeah, if she's sick and tired of him acting like a child, but let him be a child.
He can stay in the house.
Let him be one of the kids.
He doesn't necessarily want to fuck her. He just wants to hang with her.
No, I think he wants to fuck her, too.
He does. All right, so he'll fuck her once.
I mean, remember he tried to get her in the hotel at Disney World?
Yeah. I understand you want to hear Ronnie get his own show.
I do want Ronnie to get his own show.
Well, Ronnie...
Something like that, please, let me know. It's definitely a favorite of mine. Okay, this... Moon Knight. Here we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That gives me an idea art-wise, but I'm not saying what. Interesting. I do. So, you're just gonna have to wait and see. Interesting. Are you sure I have to wait? No, I do like surprises, so that's okay. I will wait. Not to worry. This Moon Knight. No.
I'm doing great.
Get out of here. Oh my gosh. No! No!
They're just throwing one ult after another.
They are.
I was on the point.
Oh! Alright, got him. Nice. Oh, goodness. Oh, he was almost dead too. Ah! He's trying to eat me! Oh my gosh. Interstellar is one of my top movies. Yes, of all time. Yes, it is it's actually my favorite. It is my favorite for sure. The science and the emotion. Yes, and it really makes you think about even. Okay, if anyone wants to watch Interstellar and is in the chat, please leave now. You have been warned. This is a disclaimer. We will be talking about Interstellar. All right. You have 3 seconds. 3,
Both
2,
healers down, both healers
1.
down.
Okay. Interstellar, I think, is one of my favorites, mainly because it really makes you think about space-time and how things aren't always what they seem. And of course, like, there are elements of just, you know, like, understanding science, how we know it now, versus how things might change. And even Christopher Nolan, you're trying to get me, but you can't, so better back it up. He actually wanted to make sure that there was accurate theories, like scientific theories, that were part of the movie. So it's not like all of these scientific theories that they had in the movie isn't something that's not, like, completely nonsense, like, just out of the blue.
We have to regroup.
Okay. But I'm telling you right now, I cried when he was in that, like, 5th dimension, and had like several encounters with Murph and even himself when he was on the spaceship, because, you know, it's like, oh, this is clearly what we're seeing here is these aliens or these beings that are trying to interact with us. They're trying to connect with us. They might not be able to speak, but, you know, they're still trying to reach us. But not knowing that it was him all along. Like, I was completely thrown away. Or taken aback. I mean, that's just one thing. I really want to, now that she said it, I want to go back and watch it again, because it's been a minute since I watched it.
They had an Iron Man.
Yeah, fun fact, in case you didn't know, the black hole is the visual for mathematical models. Oh, yes! Yes, I did! Oh my gosh, yeah, that's awesome. And I've never been the best at math. But
Iron Man
seeing
cringe.
Oh, I'm about to die too.
We're gonna have to get a regroup.
Seeing that come to life in a movie, something that's like so complex and something that we just like don't quite understand, still being able to be like visualized in a movie based off of these models that we have found, like I think that's so cool. It really is. Oh, no Tina's okay. Well, I might be gone here.
Iron Man dead.
I don't know, but it really makes me think about life. Kind of like the
They get me. I had to try and poke for us, though.
Oh, I wasn't
And
able to
we
get there
lose.
in time. Nice try.
GG's.
I think that's gonna be it for me.
Some good games, though.
That was good. But yeah, Interstellar just makes me think about life, how things work, and all that God has created, and how I know we kind of talked about it when you were here last time. How there is that possibility beyond what we understand and what we know. GG, same here. Thank you for playing. Another great movie. Have you seen The Martian? I have not, but I actually have the book. So I was gonna read the book first. So you highly recommend that one? I'm going to have to make sure to.
Y'all be blessed.
You too. Have a great night. God bless. NTF. All right, NTF, you choose. Where are we rating? Salutations! Hello, hello! Welcome in. How'd you find this stream? How are you doing? And thank you for the raid, by the way. I have to shout out NTF here. Thank you for the raid, NTF. If you are not following NTF, an amazing Christian streamer as well, playing some Marvel Rivals. You can find him there. Thank you for the follow!
I'm NTF.
Oh my gosh, we reached our follower goal of 270. Let's go! Thanks, you guys. Let's see. One thing about it, though, is that I'll just do this. In some sci-fi, all these things we discover in space all point to God. Amen. Amen, J-Love. Exactly. I highly recommend it. Okay, I will definitely have to get there. Oh, were you the Hulk? Oh, I see. GG's. For sure.
GG's.
Tell me your Hulk ways, please. I've been trying to main Hulk too. And I really enjoy playing Groot, but I want to get better at some of the other tanks too. Had to get you back from the other day. Oh, okay. As far as I can see, the last great sci-fi movies are Interstellar and Martian. I wonder if I want more sci-fi movies. I want more sci-fi movies. Or like futuristic dystopian movies. I don't know if that's too soon though. I feel like we're kind of progressing into a path where some of these things are actually possible. Like for instance, Black Mirror. When COVID happened, the creator for Black Mirror was like, I think we're gonna hold off on some of these seasons because it's like we're living in a dystopian future as we speak, which is kind of like, it's a really sensitive topic, but I still think it kind of keeps it in mind, keeps it front of mind about like how things are progressing, and if we don't like it, if we don't like where we're going, then how can we change that? There's been more, but I have very high standards for, realistic sci-fi movies. Yeah, completely. I'm gonna have to read The Martian. I'm gonna look into that. But GG's Wild Hair. That is going to be it. Where are we rating NTF?
Here, I got it in my notes. It says, wherever you want.
Oh, how wonderful. All right, let's see. And with that, we're going to be rating wherever I want.
No spaces, no caps.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Okay. Let's see. Who to raid? And Tornado, I'm telling you right now, if you ever come across like any sci-fi related things, whether it's books, TV shows, movies, please let me know, because I like that stuff.
Interstellar and The Martian are some amazing movies.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Have you seen The Martian?
Mm-hmm.
You have. Nice. I have not.
It's great.
I'm gonna have to get on that pronto. Okay, we are gonna raid Stephanie. I want to see. I wonder if she's already done the makeup part of the stream. She probably has, but I still want to go and see. Let's go ahead and go over to Stephanie. She is streaming. She's just chatting right now, but she is going to have a baby very soon. She just recently had her baby shower over the weekend. And I know that was a lot of fun. So we're going to go ahead and raid her, show her some love and support. And for those who are subscribed, that first subscribe message you can use. And for those who are following, you can use that second raider message in the chat there. Before we head over there, let's go ahead and... Hey, Saint! What's good? It's good to see ya.
What up, Saint?
Can't believe we reached 270. Follower goal completed. Wild Hair, thank you for the follow. NTF, thank you for the raid. Flat Cap, Dapper Pastor, thank you for the follow. Kiro Kami, thank you for the follow. Saturns_Grace, thank you for the follow. Angel, thank you for the raid. Underlord, Twitch, Lieutenant Dan's legs, thank you for the follows, y'all. Deadly Deal Gaming, thank you for the raid. PJ GX Gaming,